I cannot bring myself to like King of the Hill.
That's a shame, because King of the Hill's great.
King of the Hill is one of my favorite series of YouTube poops that I think I've ever seen, and I would never show them to you specifically, Taylor, because they're very frightening. But
it's really big in Japan.
I believe it.
I'm a Beavis and Butthead guy.
No, like if you
listen, Beavis and Butthead is also great though.
Okay, well that's good.
The Japanese equivalent of anime fans are really into King of the Hill. It's their lucky star.
That's really funny. Dude, they have like Out of Touch Thursdays, and they have like King of the Hill intro playing.
But why though? Because like it's the modern American dad.
I don't know.
I'll have $6. I'll have $5.
No, I want that.
Damn it, Bobby! Now I have $4.
A whole tub with it.
Is
King of
this
the Hill
what comes
voices.
to yes?
I mean, like, yeah, quoting Hank Hill, like, not even quoting Hank Hill, but just doing the Hank Hill voice, like, that's funny. I get that.
Why are you all gray?
You guys want to hear my Hank Hill impression?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, Bobby! How could you do this to me?
Oh, you know what, Clanky? I'll do you one better. Here's my Peter Griffin impression. Hey, Lois, that reminds me of the time that I did a Hank Hill impression.
and then, Jordan, you have to cut back to me doing the Hank Hill impression.
Oh. Here's
I
my
wanted to add
impression.
a third layer to that, but...
I was going to do my impression of the guy who starts the Yearlies. Oh, welcome to the Yearlies!
And that's our pistol.
That one did cut out towards the end a little.
Fuck!
Just edit in the end of it.
Yearlies!
Can that just be the intro? Yearlies!
Oh, welcome to the Yearlies.
Grab a little bit here. 2004.
2004. First of all, the 2004 Yearlies are brought to you by Kilt Lifter Beer. Because if you're stuck in Phoenix, Arizona, and your team's losing a Super Bowl, you're gonna need a lot of kilt lifters. Kilt lifter, I got 11 of them.
We get a lot of sports sponsors for a video game-based show.
And that one sounded awfully personal.
We're strapped to cash.
No, it could apply to anyone. I wasn't jerking myself back to happiness after my team lost the Super Bowl or anything.
I'm so glad you said jerking yourself back.
Drinking.
Okay. Sometimes we just hear what we want to hear.
That tells a lot.
Did, yes. Speaking of drinking, 2004.
Yeah. So I'll give you. Yeah. So I'll just quickly go over. I'll quickly go over everything we need to talk about in 2004. Facebook launch.
It did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first transit of Venus, 1882. The Opportunity rover lands on Mars.
Oh, that I am invested in.
Summer Olympics held in Athens.
Yeah.
I just going through world events.
Al-Qaeda bombs multiple trains in Madrid.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
I think we're done with this bit.
You fucking murdered the bit. Oh my god.
The animated series Winx Club premieres on Italian TV.
No, you can't bring it back. You can't bring it back.
No, Mick brought it back. Let's be real.
He did not, Clanky, but I'm glad.
Club? Are you kidding me?
Winx Club.
Did you play any games, Mick?
No, of course I didn't play any games, okay? No, I'm not gonna say that.
I was busy studying history.
The humanitarian ceasefire agreement is signed by the Sudanese government and two rebel groups.
When are we going to do a ceasefire yearlies?
The UN designated 2004 the International Year of Rice.
Oh my god!
Mick, this is your only opportunity to talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Yeah.
I didn't put Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on here.
Yes,
Metro,
I did.
Metro cable
Honorable
line
mention.
K opens
Did I?
the first modern urban transit cable car.
Guys, we're skipping the most important thing. Shark Tale released in 2004.
Oh, of course.
Why are we suddenly so accurate to the year when we all decided that when we went backwards we were fetuses?
Look, for some things I make an exception.
No, I don't want to revise that statement.
Shark Tale.
But we'll talk about Shark Tales in the 2004 film release for sure.
Hey, I saw that in theaters.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
You don't see me bragging.
Unfortunately, we'll have. I'm going to push you guys very gently towards honorable mentions.
Then can
I
I
tried
start?
to get him to talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and he chose not to, so he's done. Now we're going to someone else.
Fine. I'll talk about my honorable mention.
Thank you.
My honorable mention for 2004 would probably be, or not probably be. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Sorry, this entire bit has confused me.
You're not alone.
My honorable mention for 2004 is Hurricane Katarina.
All right, moving on. Christian, go.
God.
What is going on?
God damn it. Anyway, Mario Power Tennis. It's Mario Tennis, but with a lot of power. I like Mario Power Tennis a lot. I used to play in the summer. I got really, really hot, and I unlocked PD Piranha, and I squeed. I was very happy. But Mario Power Tennis is basically Mario Tennis, but better. I'm actually quite upset it's not on the bracket, but, that's what an honorable mentions bracket is for. I
think it's just because, how long can we talk about tennis?
A long time, and I'll prove it to you. Spyro: A Hero's Tale. We talked
Good
about
Spyro game.
I talked about it briefly in the 2000 Yearlies. But yeah, Spyro: A Hero's Tale is the only Spyro game I've played, and I love this game. I think the designs of the worlds is so colorful and wonderful and fun. The Sky World is probably one of my favorite levels, especially because of the music, and I also hate the fight against Red. The first fight against Red. It was probably the first time in my life where I had a really, almost troubling experience fighting a boss in a video game. It was really, really rough. Maybe I can give Mick another chance to talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but he'll get that chance. He'll get that chance after I'm done.
Pretty sure he doesn't even like this one that much.
I don't. And no, seriously, no. Don't give me another option to speak, or otherwise I will talk about.
You talk about some other tragedy.
I'm not going to talk about a tragedy.
Talk about good, homely times.
Yeah.
Homely?
Are we ever going to talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3?
I'll bring up a few.
No, moving on.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was defined by me as YouTube AMVs with the roller coasters careening into nothing and killing all the passengers. And that's why I really wanted to play it. And then I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I had so much fun actually making the roller coasters, getting in the roller coasters and driving them around and naming them and doing all this stuff. It is my favorite roller coaster theme park building game. I have not played Planet Coaster. Thanks for asking.
Rest in peace, Marlon Brand.
I don't even know, but I feel like when I find out, I will laugh very hard.
Just don't pry. We just let him say what he needs to say.
Oh no, he's doing the bit with the tragedies.
Don't engage. Do not engage.
Mick is a dangerous individual right now.
This entire
I would have also said it.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie is on this bracket. Super Mario 64 DS. I have a feeling some of you would have thrown a fit if I put this as my number 3, but I would have contested it.
I actually like this version more than the N64 version.
I do too. I think it's better.
I think that it definitely has better elements. The only issue is the obvious control issues. But if they gave that game like 360 movement, I feel like it would be the obvious replacement to Super
Clanky.
Mario 64.
3DS circle pad.
It's not the same.
The 3DS circle pad still locks to 8 directions.
Exactly. It's not made for 360 directional movement. Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem is on the list.
As restricted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to talk about Super Mario 64 DS a little more.
All right, go ahead.
I know, just because I never felt that restricted, and I just like that. Holy shit! I'm going to Bob on Battlefield as Luigi, and Luigi is such a better character than Mario in this game, guys. He is this game made me love Luigi. He can scuttle. He has an ability called Scuttle, where he just jiggles in the air a little bit, and he can walk on water.
It means a shimmy, I guess, shimmying across a cliff that has the thing. Better. Or actually, no, just imagine the scuttlebugs. Remember the scuttlebug. Everyone remember. 4 QPUs ahead of the curve.
I have pushed Scuttlebug out of my mind.
I had pushed on Brand Dex out of my mind.
Gives me literal trauma.
Yeah. And it's just Super Mario 64, but more. And I just really like it.
Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem is on the bracket. Interactive Buddy is a Flash game that I played a lot of. What?
I just said I can't believe you mentioned interactive body. Along with another one on this list that I cannot wait to talk about.
So
I like interactive guy.
So Interactive Buddy is a game where you're dropped into like a square room with this little like guy, and you can do a bunch of things. You can spray him with water, you can play catch, you can punch him, you throw bombs at him. You can.
So it's a torture simulator.
It's not really a torture simulator because you can do like a lot of really, really fun things. But if I ever did feel the need to enact any sadist tendencies, I would feel bad keeping the Interactive Buddy on his normal skin, because whenever you punch him, he makes a sad face, and it made me really sad. So what I would do is I would switch him to the skin of like an annoying celebrity, and then I would start punching him, and I'd feel a lot better.
Switch his skin.
It would make sense if you saw the game. You have different skins for the buddy, because it's not like a human, it's like a strange orb creature. So, like, you know.
I'm gonna phase this game out of my memory starting now.
Good for you. Yeah, do it, honestly.
Just like Russia phased out recognizing
Stop.
Soviet passports.
Stop. I'm actually telling you to stop. I'm gonna start having Jordan cut things out.
This is the funniest
But I
bit.
think it's pretty funny, honestly. I do think it's pretty funny.
Bit.
I do think it's pretty funny. But eventually Vic's gonna cross the line. I'm gonna be like, it's not funny anymore, man!
I only mentioned one genuine tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo 4.
Marlon Brando's
Gran Turismo 4 is what the game that got me into sort of like the idea of playing modern racing games, because I actually really kind of like modern racing games. Like the idea of just being like able to pick all these different cars and tune up your vehicle and, you know, do all this sort of stuff and make it look slick and sleek. And then you race and it's not like super chaotic, like frustrating like Mario Kart. It's just going fast, and occasionally some other people are faster than you, and that's fine.
Torture.
So, yeah, no, Gran Turismo 4 was great. I think I like Forza better. We'll see if that ever ends up on a bracket. Sims 2 is on here. Strong Bad's Rhino Feeder came out at the same time as all of the other Videlectrix games. Videlectrix being a company that seemed to have existed quite a while ago and made a bunch of really cool games. Yeah, Strong Bad's Rhino Feeder, I think I just use that as the precipice for this kind of game. And just as a tribute, I wanted to put it on here as a tribute to Homestar Runner.
You can't get me flask.
I think it was around this time that I started watching Homestar Runner. So
you just have to sit there and wonder why on earth you can't grab ye flask.
North, South,
and
Dennis. Anyway, and the last one on the honorable mentions is Crazy Bus. I put this on here for the meme. I think this game is hilarious. If you ever play this game, your ears will start bleeding. Is
that the Penn and Teller one?
No,
that's Desert
Bus.
Yeah. Crazy Bus is really funny, and that's why I put it on here. And that's it. Sorry, my honorable mentions were a lot.
Strange conversation to have. Is that the Penn and Teller one?
No.
What? You haven't played Desert?
No, I'm familiar. I just think it's just such a bizarre thing. Oh yeah, Crazy Bus. Oh, is that the Penn and Teller one?
Yeah. Wait until we get to 2005. I have like double the honorable mentions for that one. So that one's gonna have to be a lightning
round. Wait till I
round.
get to the Abbott and Costello games.
Let's go next. I'm gonna pick someone if no one says anything.
I can go next.
Okay.
Okay, go.
All right. So my one honorable mention was Zelda 4 Swords, and it's on the bracket.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Really quick though, I just want to give credit to Peasant's Quest, which was also a strong bad game and probably my favorite. If it released in 2004, what?
Could you play that one?
Yeah, Peasant's Quest was available on the website.
No, you couldn't play it. You were banned.
You specifically, Taylor, couldn't play it.
Yes.
I'm
There's a big sign that says no Taylors on it.
I'm kind of being thrown for a loop that most of these games were playable.
Yeah, no, they were.
Yeah.
If you went to the game section, tunes, games.
No,
if you went to
I don't download.
Games.
Score.
Email.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally on I was going to say the title screen, on the homepage. It's literally the second option.
I fucking love Homestar Runner.
They're all there.
Yeah, no, I guess I just didn't recognize Peasant's Quest as one of them.
Yeah, Peasant's Quest was one of them. It was my favorite one.
Yeah. Are you guys if you guys subscribe to the Homestar Runner channel on YouTube, Strongbad just does Let's Plays of new Videlectrix games.
That's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You might enjoy them. I'll go next if that's all right.
I am done, so go for it.
Okay. I'm going to go backwards for this because the first thing I want to talk about is Sonic Battle. Not Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic Battle on Game Boy Advance.
I'm aware of this game.
Which was a fighting game with the sprites. And I don't know, man. Something about this game just kind of threw me for a loop. Did you know that the story you can care? It's just there's this robot named Emerald, and every time he gets a Chaos Emerald, he gains a little bit of intelligence, and like he goes from like a little baby boy to like a man, and
that's how aging works.
But he's a robot, so it's fun. And you can play as Shadow and Rouge and beat each other up. And Amy is really hardcore stalking Sonic in this one. Knuckles gets pranked by Eggman. I don't know, man. I just played this game and I just liked it as a kid. It's probably terrible. Crash Twinsanity, a good Crash game that I finally beat this year or last year within the last 12 months. I had a Blockbuster disc of it for a really long time, and it was just smothered with Blockbuster stickers, so I had to get a new copy because the Blockbuster stickers made this disc defective.
I think Crash Twinsanity cutscenes might be some of the most like tension-filling things in any video game, because barely any of them have sound effects.
Crash Twinsanity. I saw a video on its making, and it was like a whole like thing. It
had to be rushed out for a strict deadline.
I would love to see this remade because they cut so much content. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, this is the game that kind of made me love Cortex, because it's just the epitome of that, like, Crash, why do you do these things to me, Crash?
Niles.
I want Kelsey Grammer to play Cortex so bad he'll fucking be perfect.
I'll say with Twinsanity also, if there's one thing that always makes you cringe with Twinsanity, it's whenever you're in the snowboarding sections and Crash thinks it's a good idea to grind Cortex's balls against the metal pole as he slides down the mountain.
I beg your pardon.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking down there. I was using my imagination.
I can't believe I forgot his name.
It's okay. Crash. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Oh, when I was stranded at summer camp, this is the only game I wanted to play. And it's pretty good. It's a puzzle platformer where Mario fights Donkey Kong. And there's this cutscene at the beginning where Donkey Kong is looking at the new mini Mario toys. Bananas. New mini Mario toys. And it's really good. And there are a lot of levels. And I played this while watching Drag Me to Hell. And so I have bad association with this game now.
That's rough, dog.
Yeah, beat this game and then watch the ending. Wasn't a great experience. Mario Power Tennis, we've kind of discussed. That's on the bracket. Tales of Symphonia came really close to making it on here. It's a great Namco action RPG franchise, and I think there's a really great story in this one that talks about like the meaninglessness of sacrifice and the stupidity of discrimination. And it just has. I think the Tales games are really good at making characters with well-founded arcs, with humorous skits and just like a really great atmosphere, fun dungeons.
But I love sacrifice.
Good. It's good to have hobbies. Yeah. Those are all my honorable mentions. Hey Graham, before you do yours, I'd like to offer you a once-in-a-lifetime chance to put Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines in the bracket.
What?
No.
Okay, well, I tried.
Look,
just remember, everyone, I tried.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is two-thirds of a good game.
Taylor, I'll cut you a deal. Let me mention 5 more world history events, and I'll drop SpongeBob SquarePants the movie and replace it with Vampire.
Wait! I don't want you to drop that game.
That's not how this works.
Wait, I actually want you to keep that game on there.
Oh, so do I. I knew he wouldn't take it.
Okay, good. You gave him an offer he had to refuse.
I might have taken it if I believed that it was okay to do, but I don't believe it's okay to do.
Just 5 national events. It could be anything.
Someone doesn't want to hear about the death of Rodney Dangerfield.
I feel bad. Like,
no respect.
I heard about the death of Rodney Dangerfield in 2004, a year I lived in.
I mean, you lived in it, but were we all truly conscious? The answer is no. None
I
of us became
was
conscious until
dead,
we were like 15. No, you don't become conscious until you're like 15.
That's why 15?
Because 15 is when you realize that the world isn't in this like bubble that you just live in by yourself.
Way to dismiss my bar mitzvah, Clanky.
Well, you know, it was
all
important and all that.
Be held at 15 years old.
I
Listen,
agree.
Clanky, back off. You don't know how.
That's when you really become a man.
Listen,
Look.
Clanky, you don't know what I went through. All right, I grew up on the streets. All right,
Did you?
Yeah, I do.
The streets of Long Island.
I strangely don't believe that.
Yeah,
I had to endure the Eurovision Song Contest 2004. It takes place in Istanbul, Turkey, as won by Ukrainian entrant Ruslana with the song "Wild Dance."
You're doing it too now, Graham?
Yeah,
Even New York was once New Amsterdam.
Listen,
Why they changed it, I
you're
can't say.
People just liked it
People
better
just
that way.
liked it better that way. Honorable mentions,
Clanky, you don't
please.
understand, all right? I was there February 29th when Haitian President Jean-Bertrand Aristide was overthrown in a coup.
Alright, Graham, you can tell your honorable mention before Mick recites the history of the world.
Well, things happened in 2004. The Burj Khalifa started, and also...
You didn't know there was a Burj Khalifa game? Are you kidding me?
Oh my lord.
Apparently, they also started making Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines this year, which is, as I was trying to say, 2/3 of a good game.
I think the game was excellent.
It is up until the part where they were forced to rush it out.
Yes, there's a bad level. Absolutely.
No, not just bad level. Like, the last third of the game is bad.
You know what? You're right. But, like, I think that the first 2/3 of it are just so...
Yeah.
Great.
Just
I could talk about it in depth if I wanted to.
Yeah, I could too, and like, who knows? Maybe we'll do like another honorable mentions. Yeah.
That's true. We do have the mentions.
Ace Combat 5, the Unsung War, is like it's good. It's like an Ace Combat game, but it doesn't like reach the same heights as some of the others. So like I didn't really have much to talk about it. This is one of Matthew Mercer's first games, which
Could we do the Matthew Mercer lease?
I think we honestly could. I think we have enough to go off of.
Yeah. Especially now that he's in Zelda. Yeah, those are my 2 honorable mentions.
And unless there's any other ado, we should probably get started.
Ado?
Yes, we've been doing a lot of random bits.
Yeah.
So the first matchup we have, which I didn't even mean to randomize it this way, but it is 2 Taylor picks. And they're 2 big Taylor picks. It is Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal versus Metroid Zero Mission. Both of these are Taylor selections. I'm guessing you want to go first, Taylor.
Well.
So that means I'm going to start the clock then, if that means yes, right? Okay, starting now.
If it isn't Ratchet and Clank.
Again.
Let's try this again, guys. Because I have been planning this bit for 2 months. Because I am still bitter. Here's the truth. Ratchet & Clank 2016 is not even in the top 5 of Ratchet & Clank games. Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, maybe the best game in the series, probably second, but like arguably the best. And it comes down to a couple of things. The antagonist, Dr. Nefarious, is one of the best things in video games ever. He is an organic life form who was rebuilt into a robot, and along the course of his rebuilding, his brain was replaced with parts of a toaster. So whenever he gets really angry, he short circuits and plays soap operas. So he'll like Jordan, piss me off.
Did you know that in 2004, Francis Crick, the discoverer of the helical structure of DNA, died?
Mick, I don't have the capacity for love, Janice. Oh, Alvin, I can't do this. You're my twin brother's son.
So and something like that.
And that's the whole villain. And he also has a robot butler named Lawrence who knows robotic sign language. And he just keeps
fishing. Yes! Yes!
Sure,
Two
you guys can have
bodies,
it. I'm
one
in too
brain.
good of a mood. All right, the arsenal, the hence arsenal. We got lava guns, we got whips, we got duck rays, we got all the best weapons from Going Commandos. We got the bouncer, which is just a gun that shoots balls that blow up into smaller balls.
I've been there.
Doom, the plasma coil, which is an electric tether. The gameplay diversity is so good. It keeps the core of shooting and jumping alive while still having cool little side scroller levels and arena missions. There are some really meaningful character arcs that give a lot of payoff to this third game, which is in a lot of ways kind of a mini trilogy of sorts. And just for fun, we got secret agents and monkeys.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Are they licensed, the secret agents?
Define. Oh!
No.
Oh!
Hang on. Let me get it. I have to get the fucking thing.
Yeah, I never
Of
made a
course. Where is
sticker.
it?
I should have done that, but
All right,
much work.
Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal is derivative of Spy Muppet's License. But
that makes it the best game ever.
That just makes it better. Guys, this game is so much fun. You're gonna have so much fun when you play Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I mean it. You really are. I'm not doing a bit here. The levels are so well crafted. The music is great. Britney Spears shows up as a robot for some reason. It's so much fun. And you guys just have to trust me that it's one of the greatest 3D platformers of all time with one of the most addictive game loops. Leveling up your guns feels so good. And God, guys, we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna do it right this time. Metroid
Taylor.
Zero Mission.
Taylor,
Yes, sir.
don't be exactly 1/2 pound horse.
What?
What?
What did you say?
What?
You
That
cut
cut
out,
off.
You cut out, Nick.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
I think, yeah, it's funnier if we don't know.
I assume
Yeah.
he's doing another world event.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't at all.
I think it was a proverb.
Conjunction, what's your function? All right. I'm gonna just sing Schoolhouse Rocks for the rest of this bracket.
Or we can sing
I don't
Wild
want to
Dances.
take up the entire time talking. So if someone else wants to talk about Zero Mission, that's okay. Or if you have questions about Ratchet and Clank,
Does Ratchet and Clank Up Your Ass have Clank in it?
if I say yes, are you not going to vote for it?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to find out.
Okay.
This is a gamble.
Yes, but he's a secret agent.
That's nice. I know what I'm voting for.
I'm a little nervous. I can't tell if it was a good thing. He's not always a secret agent. Sometimes he's a giant robot.
Secret Agent, Giant Robot, what's the difference?
Listen, I could talk about Metroid Zero Mission, but has anyone else played it that wants to?
I do want to play it.
I've played it for 2 hours and then stopped. I don't feel qualified to talk about it.
Okay, the game is like 2 hours though. That's the great thing about Metroid Zero Mission. It is the most replayable Metroid. It was my first Metroid, and its brevity and fast pace makes it, I think, one of the most addictive Metroids out there. I have definitely beat this one the most times, quite a handful of times. There are great sequence breaks that I didn't even know about. I had to watch the Nebros Central's Let's Play of it to see some things that should be really obvious.
Link in the description below.
Wait a minute. But
Denny.
yeah, that's right. I was gonna say, isn't that Vinny's channel?
Yeah, Amiibo Essential. He's great.
Vinny's awesome.
I wasn't saying he wasn't. I was just like, wait a minute. Isn't that... All right.
Yeah, I could talk about
Anyway,
him for a whole bracket.
Anyway,
Vinny Lees.
Yeah. This is a this is just
Vinny.
there's great extra content in here that I just think makes this a fantastic remake. There's like a whole ending level. There are new upscaled bosses. I mean, let's be honest, the original Metroid is not good.
I can agree to that, yeah.
Yeah, but Zero Mission fucking blows it out of the water. And honestly, I like Fusion a lot, but Fusion is a much slower game because of all like times you got to get into the nav room and talk to your computer. Metroid really doesn't have that. Metroid, you just go from moment to moment. I'm sorry, not Metroid. Zero Mission.
Yeah, they're all
specifically.
Metroids.
Yeah, all of Metroid. It's just a great addictive time. If anyone is like, Taylor, quick, play the entirety of Metroid Zero Mission, I'll do it. I could beat it by the end of this bracket if I wanted to.
It was a bold move, them, to make the game roll the credits as soon as you press the start button. Because there was no mission. Zero Mission.
You make that joke literally every time
That's
a conversation about Metroid Zero Mission comes up.
It's always funny.
It's like my Land 4 time joke.
Where did they make it to the time? It's
Um,
never not funny.
Does anyone else want to talk? Seriously.
Seriously.
I really don't have an opinion on either of these games that cannot be summed up in a 5-second vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
Do
let's
we
vote.
want to get to the vote? Really? We're early? Holy crap.
Let's do it.
All
We're
right.
gonna need more time later, so let's fucking get out of the way. Fuck it.
That means Jordan has to decide a voting order.
Oh, I was going to make a joke that he had to decide a voting order, and I forgot.
Do it next year.
Oh.
Sure.
I
I'll remember this.
am going to say that... Mick, you're going first.
Hey, cool. Come back.
Oh! What a great decision that was.
Yeah.
We go straight to
I'm logged
Clanky.
into Jack Frosty.
To me?
To you.
Oh boy, I'm voting for Metroid Zero Mission.
Okay.
Is it because I said the secret agent thing?
No, I just don't care about Ratchet and Clank. I'm just gonna be upfront.
You would have Clanky. I genuinely believe you would. We don't have time.
I genuinely believe that I'd also have a great time with Metroid Zero Mission.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But vote for Ratchet and Clank anyways.
Nah.
Graham.
I'm probably more likely to play Zero Mission than Up Your Arsenal.
It's all happening again.
It's reprised.
Why are we doomed to repeat our past mistakes?
Taylor, the good news is it's not going to be a 5-0 because you're next.
Great. Yes. Great. Ratchet and Clank. Great. Yes. All right. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. Why not? Uh-huh. Ratchet and Clank. Yes.
Job's not on board. Christian.
I do have a strong vested interest in playing both of these games, but I think I'm more excited to play Ratchet and Clank.
You got one!
Wow.
I realized I like 3D Metroid way more than 2D Metroid. So, there we go.
Which means it's down to Mick.
My buddy, my pal, my friend. My amigo, my comrade, my confidant.
Yep, we are good friends, Taylor. Almost as good friends as
My
Michael
paisano, my
Schumacher and his
Tomodachi.
Scuderia Ferrari.
Oh, God.
Which in 2004, he won his 7th and last World F1 Championship.
Let's go. Good for
I
him.
love all
Hey.
your facts, Mick.
The
Ratchet and
positive
Clank.
is...
It did it! It did it!
Ba, 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 da,
Just to
ba,
let you know,
ba,
Taylor.
ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da. It
Taylor,
won't last.
Taylor, just to let you know, I honestly had no idea what to vote for, so I figured, you know what? I'll let this be decided based on whether or not Taylor interrupts me.
Oh my god!
And you did not, so thank you.
I've seen worse reasons to make a vote, honestly, I guess.
But
Graham, that gif is so funny.
let's be clear, it also would have been funny if that was the reason why you voted for Metroid Prime.
I don't have the patience to be upset for why Mick voted for it.
Yeah, Jordan,
Okay.
here's the thing. No one can vote for Metroid Prime, because Metroid Prime is gone.
Metroid Prime. Oh, right. Yeah, Metroid Zero Mission. Sorry.
Don't speak ill of the
That's the
dead.
wrong
Hey, Prime 2 is on this list.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah,
My
baby.
mistake,
Oh, yeah.
really. The next round we have, and I'm filibustering slightly so I can pull up the entries tab so I can see who put these up.
Yeah.
We have, let's see here. We have Sonic Heroes,
License to
which
cloak.
is what?
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 What did you say?
Go on,
We have
Jordan. We don't have
Sonic
time.
Heroes. We have Sonic Heroes, which is a Mick selection, versus Legend of Zelda: Four Sword Adventures, which is a Clanky pick. Who, pray tell, would like to go first?
I'll take it if you don't mind, Mick.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, your time starts now.
So, The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures is a multiplayer Zelda game, which is very strange if you're familiar with the series. But the thing that I really like about it is that co-op, aspect of it. I've never played it all the way through co-op. I would love to one day, but unfortunately, it's very hard to set up nowadays because it's one of those GameCube games where you need 4 Game Boy Advances and 4 Game Boy Advance link cables.
Nowadays, it was hard
yeah.
back then.
It was hard back then. You are right.
I wonder
But I
if
feel
some
like it was
mods
easier
to
back
emulate
then.
it pretty easily.
I'm
possibly.
sure you could, but then you wouldn't get the authentic experience. So what's the point, truly?
Yeah,
that's 3DS re-release. Is there anything?
That was a different game.
That wasn't. Yeah, that was a different game. That wasn't.
Never mind. I've never played it.
We got comedy.
Jordan, how many fucking swords do you have?
4.
Oh!
Oh,
Why didn't I
so
see that coming?
funny.
Why am I so stupid? Why am I so dumb?
So yeah, I'll be honest though, my love for Four Swords Adventures comes less from the game itself and more for the 2-part manga they made back in the day, because they gave each one of the characters like different each one of the Links different personalities, and they were being chased by like an evil Link, and it was great. But to talk about the game itself, the reason why it has such a convoluted setup is because you need it has a lot of free movement that goes along with it. So, what I mean by that is if, like, player 1 decides they want to enter a cave, player 2, 3, and 4 can still stay in, like, the main map or whatever. They don't have to go in the cave, because then the cave shows up on the Game Boy Advance. So, it allows for, like, teamwork and, like, camaraderie with your partners. The only issue is that this game is not fun to play by yourself. So, if you're someone I mean, like, it's fine, but, like, it's easy if you're playing it by yourself, it's easily, like, one of the worst Zeldas, in my opinion. That's, yeah. Get louder. I'll say it a third time. You ready? Zelda Four Swords Adventures is not fun with with less than 2 people. There it is.
He's gonna go into dog whistle.
That being said, sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's just that I played through the entirety of Four Swords Adventure by myself, and
I'm sorry.
Well, here's the deal. I would have loved to play it with friends, and I'll absolutely replay it with friends. But it is a perfectly fun Zelda game alone, because all of the mechanics by themselves translate fine to a single player. You just control all the links. It doesn't feel stiff or obtuse. Like there was a puzzle or two that I found a little difficult, but and listen, I'll grant you, it's not one of the more memorable experiences of Zelda I had. I don't remember a ton, and it's not really not a top 5, but it's delightful. It really is delightful. It's colorful. It's cool. The level themes are really good. I think it is perfectly acceptable to play on your own.
Every time I tried to play it on my own, I would get bored and drop it within an hour.
But Clanky, are you a big Zelda fan? Like a big Zelda fan?
I think he is.
Yes.
I think he is.
What are you talking about? Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time, and then Wind Waker is very close behind.
But those are 3D Zelda games.
Gatekeeping Zelda?
Is also number 2 or 3. No, it's number 3. And Link's Awakening is a 2D Zelda. I love Zelda. What do you mean I don't like Zelda?
So, Four Swords Anniversary Edition is a different game.
Yes.
That's what you played, Graham, was a remake of the Link to the Past Game Boy Advance Four Swords combo.
Oh, okay.
And then Four Swords Adventures is a sequel or prequel, one of the two. And it's great.
I don't have much else to say about Four Swords Adventures. It's great with friends. It's okay by yourself.
Okay, I got him up to okay. I take this as a win.
I guess. And
I played it once. It sucks by yourself.
I have one thing to say about Sonic Heroes, and it's not even related about the game, if you don't mind. Me and Jeannie have an inside joke where whenever we go to Sonic, like the place Sonic, we always order, or not always, but if any of us decide to get cheese fries, we go, Sonic cheese fries!
It would have been a lot better if they sold heroes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Get a hero.
So speaking of that song, there is an in production version of that song where they didn't write the lyrics yet, and so they scatted everything else.
It's so good. It's so good.
Heroes, scat job, bad.
I think musicians. I think it's a common musician practice to do something like that when they're composing a song, right?
Yeah, it is. One famous example is the Beatles. You know the song "Yesterday." When Paul McCartney was writing it, he made the lyrics "scrambled eggs."
Oh my darling, how I love your legs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
it's genuinely true.
Anyway, Mick, go into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is a Sonic game with the unique, its fun feature is that instead of playing as one character, you play as 3 working together.
Good.
And you have 3 modes that you can choose from. One is speed, in which everyone runs. Fly, where everyone assembles a totem pole, and the one character that can fly carries everyone else. And finally, power, in which the big character uses the others as boxing gloves.
Sometimes.
Other times he just throws them as weapons.
Do you like this game?
Yes, I love Sonic. I love Sonic Heroes, especially when I'm playing as a chameleon, a crocodile, and a bee, doing AI-generated quests in a level that was clearly not designed for scavenger hunts.
So I'd like to say something about Sonic Heroes, if that's okay.
Yeah, just go ahead.
One thing I really like about Sonic Heroes is how they got their character roster. Like, I think they only made, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they only made one original character for Sonic Heroes, and I think it's E123 Omega.
Yes.
Every other character,
Christian, arguably he's not even a new character.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But, like, not only are all these other characters fit within the scope of, like, these are Sonic characters from different things, but somehow they managed to get all of these characters with very similar alignments that specifically had speed, flying, and power attributes. Yeah. Like, it's like, how did they get, like, specifically the Team Chaotix to work like that? It's as if they knew they were going to make Sonic Heroes, like, while they were making Team Chaotix.
They had to stretch a little bit with Cream being able to fly.
That is true. That's a little.
She can fly in all the games she's playable as. Sonic Advance 2, she can fly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let you have this one.
Unfortunately,
thanks. I really needed it.
Unfortunately, Mick, I think I need to kind of drop the bad news though, because I'd feel unjustified if I didn't bring this up and justify my vote. I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic Heroes, and I think it's a lot of the character switching.
Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic Heroes.
Oh, I'm glad we're both on the same page. I mean, I love it because Sonic, but also this might be my least favorite Sonic game. No, that's a bit of a stretch, but it's up there.
It's not my least favorite Sonic game, I'll tell you that much.
It's your least favorite Sonic game?
No, it's not my least favorite Sonic game.
It doesn't make Beliefs Reborn.
Can I just say, Sonic Heroes is my least favorite Sonic game of the Sonic games I like.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I think for me, I just can't get behind the physics, honestly. Like, I kept careening off of ledges, and I couldn't get behind, like, the flying aiming and dashing off of grind rails, and oh, God.
And playing as 3 characters at once is weird.
Yeah.
You get used to it. I will say you get used to it.
You get used to it. It's still weird.
But for me, I mean, first of all, What I'm Made Of might be the best final boss song ever. It's debatable.
It is debatable, but I agree. I can acknowledge your opinion.
It's fucking phenomenal, and Crush 40, as usual, knocks it out of the park.
Oh, yeah,
and honestly, that's worth playing this game alone. My problem is this game asks you to play it 4 times.
And it would get worse later on, but 4 is still bad.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, how do we feel about the level design in this game? Do we like it?
I never made it far enough. I actually rage quit at the 4th stage.
Yeah, no, that is the rage quit stage. Yeah. As a kid, that's when I rage quit as well. It's really fucking difficult, unless you play as Team Rose, which is like every level cut in half.
Yeah.
Then you play as Team Dark, which is every level doubled. And then you play as Team Chaotix, where you collect 15 hermit crabs.
That's all I had to say though about my thoughts on Sonic Heroes. I guess I felt necessary to bring it up because, it's just important context.
I do like it, but just play it once.
Yeah.
So basically, we have a game which is not fun to play alone, and a game which is kind of maybe sort of fun if you're in the right mood. If you like hermit crabs.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes does have a multiplayer mode.
No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Sonic Heroes multiplayer mode. I haven't
watched it. Do you even know what it is? I don't.
I didn't either. I didn't know it had a multiplayer mode.
Yeah, every 20 emblems you unlock a new multiplayer mode.
That's why we don't talk about it, because no one's played it.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what does that mean? It means that you unlock new modes.
I am ready to vote, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Unless there's any last things. It's a battle between 4 swords and a game you have to play 4 times.
Damn, that kind of works out.
Yeah, it just sort of came into place like that. We're still starting with Mick.
Sonic Heroes.
Okay, figured. Clanky.
These past few years, I think I've come to the realization that I'm not really a big Sonic fan. So I'm giving this to Zelda 4 Swords.
Amazing. Graham.
Zelda.
Taylor.
I think I would still rather play 4 Swords alone than play Sonic Heroes 4 times.
You don't have to play it 4 times.
No, but the reason I play Sonic Heroes is so I can hear what I'm made of. So I have to play it 4 times.
Okay, fair enough.
There's no level select?
Well, you can't unlock the final level until you beat everyone's story and collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Right.
Which is its own can of worms.
Yeah. And Christian for posterity.
This is actually surprisingly close, despite the fact that I literally said I don't like Sonic Heroes. But, that's the thing. As much as I find appreciable things in Sonic Heroes, it did kind of... This is actually the game that stopped me from playing 3D Sonic games all the way up to Sonic Colors. And then I didn't like Sonic Colors, so I stopped playing 3D Sonic games again, all the way to Frontiers.
You don't like Sonic Colors?
I don't like Sonic Colors, and that might be a controversial opinion. I just hate how that game controls.
I like Sonic and the Secret Ring, so my opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, now that game has perfect controls. Anyway, it's actually surprisingly close. I am gonna have to give it to 4 Swords Adventures.
4-1, 4 swords, more with 4s.
It's a theme.
Yeah, it's great. So, this next one.
Fun.
What a... Actually, it's kind of a fitting matchup, but at the same time, it's...
No, it's not. What do you mean?
I don't even know what genre the first one is, so let's see.
Well,
it's licensed game. Is there anything else to say?
Shut up, Clanky. This is a masterpiece, and I will explain it to you. Jordan, start the timer. Let's go.
Well, no, I have to say what the games are. It's my
yeah,
thing.
that's right. I'm sorry.
Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem, which is a Rick pick, versus...
My name's... Not.
Versus Mario Party 6, which pick. Who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
I want to hear Mick.
To have Mick do it.
All right.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, roll.
Tell us all about Mario Party 6.
So you talk about, oh, it's a licensed game, so it must suck. No, you are wrong. Whatever you think about this game, you are totally wrong. It is 2 genres. It is a stealth game and a Luigi's Mansion clone.
It absolutely is.
The premise of the game is that Scooby and Shaggy, while exploring a haunted mansion, come across an old medieval grimoire. That if you ever encounter a ghost and you open up the book, a ethereal skeletal hand emerges and grabs the monster and yanks it into the book.
Oh.
And so, premise of the game is you go around hunting ghosts with your weird medieval grimoire. And unlike Luigi, rather than just having a single mansion to go through, there are several level.
And they're not stupid like Dark Moon.
I was about to say, don't you hate that about Dark Moon?
They're not. They're actually cool.
Yeah. So the first one is, it's a haunted mansion with like ghosts and stuff. Then it's an abandoned Wild West town.
Wait, Mick, I think you switched the order. I think Wild West is third.
Oh, what was second?
Second was the theater, I think.
Oh, was the theater second? Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I remember because I never made it past the Wild West world.
The movie set, right?
Yeah, movie set.
So the second one's like a Hollywood movie set. Then Wild West, then the Bayou, where you're fighting zombies and stuff, and hunting Gumbo, and then
hunting Gumbo.
Yeah, you're looking for Gumbo.
Like the food?
Yes, Gumbo.
Yeah. Have you seen Zombie Island?
Yeah, have you seen...
I don't know what Scooby Doo is.
Have you at least played Monster Prom?
Your dad will give you everything you need to know.
Raggy.
Look, okay, so
that HBO series, I got it.
Look, so gumbo is a soup, usually.
No, I know, Mick. I just wanted to make sure I understood you correctly.
Oh, okay.
Gumbo is delicious.
We played Fly together, Mick. I know what gumbo is.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, where the heck was I? Oh yeah, and then the final one is like a like a science lab. And in addition to the ghost hunting, and it's not just ghosts. You start out as just ghosts, but then you eventually get mummies, where it's probably the cool, it's the hilarious cartoon way of defeating a mummy, which is you unwrap it.
Yeah. If I could take it for a second, Mick, I love one of my favorite things about Mystery Mayhem is the different enemy types. Like, I feel like they really leaned in on the idea of, like, we're not just going to have, ghosts. We're going to have different kinds of ghosts. We're going to give you a page to be able to suck up the shadows on the walls, or we're going to give you a page that'll be able to suck up poltergeists, which are different from regular ghosts. They're different, things. It feels like I'm learning about ghosts, and they have their own interpretations of all these different ghosts. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, the shadows are actually genuinely kind of creepy because they're literal shadows.
Mm-hmm.
The intro for the game it's literally the old Scooby Doo Where Are You intro remade in 3D. That's cool. The graphics of the game.
It's a very big license move, honestly.
Yeah, no. There's also another great bit about this, and that is the fact that because I mentioned that it's also partially a stealth game. There are sections. There are sections where you have to sneak past,
sections.
And also bits where you dress up in costumes and sneak past people, and it's just like Scooby Doo. It's just like this, actual Scooby Doo, where it's Scooby inexplicably dressed as a human and nobody questions it.
Yes.
I have more things I want to bring up about this game, but since we're at the part, I'll say my personal thought. But there's a lot to talk about with this one.
Yeah, it's so great.
I've never been more worried, and I thought this was gonna be a sweep. That sucks, dude. All right. Does that mean I get to start?
I think so.
All right. In my opinion, Mario Party 6 is the best Mario Party. It introduces a lot of things to the series that I really, really enjoy, like the day and night cycle. Imagine the best board from Mario Party 2, which had a day and night cycle, and then you make a whole game based on the best board in Mario Party 2, and you get Mario Party 6. So you have 5 really good boards, and then one board, but every Mario Party has
What's the board?
Snowflake Lake for sure, right?
It's Snowflake Lake.
Yeah.
Snowflake Lake?
I'm not a fan of Snowflake Lake. I don't like the mechanic of having to steal stars. I think that it's kind of, in my opinion, not great that the game is limited to 20 stars, or unless you get some kind of bonus, which rarely happens.
It's especially worse when the Snowflake Lake is literally a circle. But sorry, you continue.
Literally, yeah, and then exactly. I think that every other board though is probably the best that Mario Party has ever done.
I will say, it is when the boards get gimmicky though. Mario Party 6.
And you know what? It doesn't matter because they're all good.
Yeah.
Gimmicks don't have to be bad.
The gimmicks are good.
Fair Square, excellent board. Excellent board.
Fair Square is pretty good. It's not my favorite in that game, but it's definitely up there. I mean, it's not my favorite, but that's like saying that I'd prefer diamonds to emeralds. You know what I mean? Anyway, Mario Party 6 also has, in my opinion, one of the best rosters of Mario Party. This is gonna sound really petty,
Koopa Kid.
But I really don't like it when in Mario Party specifically there are characters that usually you can play as characters that are usually relegated to the side roles like shops or mini games or whatever. So I think that it strikes a really good balance between having a couple of enemy characters while still having a pretty solid roster of mainstay characters. It was the first Mario Party to introduce Toadette, and that's going to give you some bonus points. And I really like all of the mini games. It's so true.
Except the Mike mini games. The Mike mini games are stupid.
Mike mini games are dumb. Okay. Actually, no, I have to agree with Taylor on this one.
I think that the Mike mini games are fine. I think they're worse in 7.
They are worse in 7. Yeah.
I don't necessarily hate the Mike mini games only because the Mike mini games in game, they're kind of scuzzy. But are we done?
Run.
I really like in Mario Party 6 the bonus modes. There's a whole mic mode where you can play this quiz show game, and it's probably the best side mode that Mario Party has ever done.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious. I have so much fun.
And it's one of those things that like I love doing when I play Mario Party. Anyway, yeah, I what else is there to say? It really is the best Mario Party in my opinion, and to be honest, it's like not even close.
I do think honestly, like Mario Party 6 for me, my entire exposure, I never owned Mario Party 6. Clanky, you owned Mario Party 6, and you just kept showing it to me until I liked it.
Damn right.
It literally, Clanky Stockholm syndromed me into liking Mario Party 6, and now
it's so funny because Christian did the opposite. He made me hate it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough.
Because
I made it my mission, in fact.
The shit out of me when I play Mario Party 6 with him because he knows Mario Party 6 so well. He just downs a bunch of hot sauce and then just goes out of his way to try to lose and then ends up winning.
That's so funny.
It's the worst.
That's
clarification. Was 6 JPEG?
No, that's 4.
That was 4.
Okay.
And listen, Clanky, this is a great Mario Party. It's one of the last great Mario Parties. Absolutely, for sure. And it is not my personal favorite in the same way that 4 is not your personal favorite, but it is a Mario Party that I am down to clown with as long as I'm not playing with Christian and Mick.
Clown?
Down to clown till you're dead on the ground.
I will say that I also forgot to mention this because we kind of talked about this whatever Yearlies Mario Party 5 was in. The items in this game are the best that they've ever been. I really like what they did with them. I really like the whole mechanic of having the pass by spaces, which if you pass by it, it triggers some kind of event, or the space that they disappear after that as well, or the spaces that stay there permanently. Mario, in college, I played a lot of drunk Mario Party with my friends, and it was modeled based on Mario Party 6, and yeah, it holds a very special place in my heart. It's easily the Mario Party I put the most hours into, and I'm that crazy psychopath that has unlocked everything in Mario Party 6 because I tried so hard
to. I've never seen the epilogue. I never get to see if the sun and moon make up.
Can I spoil it?
No! Absolutely not. I'm gonna find out, and it's gonna be amazing. You already told me that Road Rage's ending is bad. Do not take Mario Party 6 away from me.
Alright.
I can't believe that Mario Party 6 ripped off Kirby Superstar.
What?
Shut up.
Also, I don't... Bowser killed Dumbledore.
I think the moon's design is a little dumb, but
I think it's the... What? Are you kidding?
You don't talk shit about Twyla, okay?
Brightson and Twyla are some of the best hosts Mario Party has ever had.
I think they're kind of dumb.
Throw him out the door. Get the bouncer. Throw him out.
Alright.
You're gonna tell me that Mario Party 6's hosts are worse than MC Ballyhoo from Mario Party 8?
Don't dare talk shit about MC Ballyhoo.
That's a conversation you have with Graham, not me.
MC Ballyhoo's that motherfucker that just goes, ha ha ha! And that's
he's
like
wonderful.
But I'm not talking about MC Ballyhoo, am I?
But what about Tumble?
Alright, if Jordan is playing the Mole Man, then I'm voting.
I will say that if Mystery Mayhem was against anything else, I'd probably be voting for it, except my other choices.
Oh.
Okay.
A fellow Mick, we've converted another.
Cool.
Wait, Clanky, you're not voting for Mario Party 6?
No, I am. But
it's just if it was
I guess,
anything else.
Yeah, if Mystery Mayhem was against something that I didn't care about, I'd probably be voting for it because it does sound pretty cool.
Okay. It is Mick's turn first. Well, you know.
Yeah. So, when you run out of health in Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem, rather than rather than getting a game over, you get a one last chance where Scooby and Shaggy run as fast as they can. Scooby jumps into his arms, and they run as fast as they can out of there.
Good.
And you have a last.
Do you know what other franchise gives you one last chance before you die?
I know what he's gonna say.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm voting for Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
I figured. Clanky.
Let's go on Mario Party 6.
It is. Graham.
Doobie Scoo, please.
Oh no!
Wow. Right on to Taylor.
There was a moment when Nick was talking about the enemy designs where I guess because I've been rewatching some Seinfeld, I just imagined Jerry doing stand-up. He's like, there are so many enemy designs.
So many.
You got the shadow creatures. Yeah, you ever notice this? You ever notice the shadow creatures? Clanky, you're gonna have to accept me as an ally because I think I'm the only one who's gonna vote for Mario Party 6 with you.
I know.
Christian.
Didn't expect this to be a 2-2. Mick?
Yeah?
You're gonna hate me by the end of this year.
You can't do this to me.
Go!
You're gonna fucking despise me. And Mick, I'm just gonna ask. I love Mystery Mayhem so much. But I also love Mario Party, and Mario Party 6 is like only a couple spaces away from my actual favorite Mario Party.
Holy fuck.
And I played probably over like 30 to 40 hours of Mario Party.
Christian.
Hmm?
But isn't Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem your favorite Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem?
It is! If we were doing a Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem lease, I'd probably vote for it. Like,
well, why not?
Oh, Mick, the thing is, I
he likes pissing off his friends more.
I'm trying to talk in ways that will not make you upset, because I'm so tired of people being fucking spiteful at me in the Yearlies. But I can't do anything about it.
Everyone gets spiteful at everybody in the Yearlies.
We're just gonna roll the ball.
I was joking around.
Oh no, I know you're all joking. It's like whatever. But I'd like to avoid it once.
I'm sure that Christian had my back out of everyone.
Me too, to be honest.
I might come for you in the losers bracket, Mick. I have to vote for Mario Party 6.
Please do not come.
3-2.
He doesn't want your help. He doesn't need your help. He's gonna get Scooby Doo to the top with his only vote. He only
Blood,
needs the one
sweat,
vote.
and Scooby snacks.
Scooby Doo, the line.
Can that be the episode title? Blood, Sweat, and Scooby Snacks?
Yes. Please. All right. Fittingly,
Not gonna be called
the next
2004 in
matchup.
review.
Fittingly, the next match. That's also a good title. Fittingly, the next matchup is actually a Christian versus Mick square off, because it's Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, which is a Christian pick.
We can just
versus
we can just skip the vote because all of you will vote for Nintendo game.
Can I talk about both of
SpongeBob
those?
movie is a Nintendo game.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which is a Mick pick.
Mick, do you not want to talk about SpongeBob?
Oh, I'd love to, but I know it's gonna lose. So who fucking cares?
Well, I kind of want to hear it because Can I start off with an intro statement?
You lost your wanting privileges.
My wanting privileges?
You took his ability to desire away?
That's such an eldritch truth that's just been untold to me. Like now I can't want things anymore.
What a curse!
Yeah, but actually I want to say I'd like to give an opening statement, and then if Mick wants to take over for a little while, he can. I could also start with mine. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to have an opening statement.
Okay, well, I'm going to start the timer now, so go.
So Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, in my opinion, are actually very similar games. Because these are both sequels to a game that was very, very well renowned and is considered a classic nowadays, both sequels of which are considered heinously inferior to their predecessors. I think this is untrue for both of these games.
These two.
Well, look, there could be other games you could slot in here, but I think these two games in particular are very similar, and I think both of them are really underrated. Now, I have things I can absolutely say about the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, but I'm the only person here who's ever going to say any single fucking defense for Metroid Prime 2, so I should probably just get started.
Untrue.
Metroid Prime 2 is plays a lot with, the gameplay of Metroid Prime. It's a first-person shooter. You go through and you shoot enemies and you find weaknesses using your scanner, and you collect power-ups as the game goes on, yada yada yada. The big difference here is that Metroid Prime 2 seems to follow more trends less like Metroid and more like Zelda. As in, rather than one big area that interconnects with all these different shortcuts in different places that you unlock with your power-ups, in Metroid Prime 2, you have 3 locations distinctly separate from each other, and you have a light and dark world. That's not Zelda. I don't fucking know what
You
is.
stereotyping Zelda.
I'll stereotype the fuck out of Zelda. I don't give a shit.
To be fair, almost every game was doing that at the time, the light and dark.
Yeah, and Metroid Prime 2 did it very, very well.
Doing it now.
So, Metroid Prime 2 is a lot of fun because of this sort of, like, you can enjoy this more compact level design and explore these areas rather as part of a really sort of, like, big world. You're given, like off the bat, you are given way more upgrades than usual. You get a light beam, a dark beam, light missiles, dark missiles, all this sort of stuff, and, obviously they have ammo, and that's, like, a big problem. A lot of people cite that as a big thing with the game, but, like, I played Metroid Prime 2, and I never had problems with ammo. They give you so much ammo. They literally shove ammo down your throat. You're literally choking on the ammo. And it's like,
I agree.
I think that's totally cool. Metroid Prime 2 has a lot of really high highs. I think the first level is the Aegon Waste is a great introduction level. And the last of the levels, the Sanctuary Fortress, is probably my favorite section in a Metroid game. I adore the Sanctuary Fortress. It's all roboticized, and you get attacked by a bunch of, like, quadruped thingies coming after you. Oh, and of course, the boss of the Sanctuary Fortress is my favorite non-final boss of all time. But that's not actually to give, like, a detriment to the other bosses in the game. All of the main bosses in Metroid Prime 2 are all fantastic fights, and you have a bunch of other bosses of these creatures who just gulped up your powers, and now they're using them against you. So you walk into a room, and it's like, oh, it's the fucking Power Bomb Guardian. He's gonna throw timed explosives at me. That boss sucks, by the way. And no, I just think it's all fantastic. I think the new suits they introduced for this game are excellent. The light suit and the dark suit both look fantastic. I love them all. The music is stellar. The atmosphere is wonderful. There are lows, but I'm not going to talk about them, because why would I do that?
Well, then I will. I'm going to tag in if that's okay.
Say what you will.
Okay.
But I will contest you on everything.
Are you sure? Because I'm about to start by saying I might like Echoes more than the first one.
Yeah, I will contest you on that. No! What's wrong with you?
It's impossible to please this
takes
kid.
all night from Taylor.
I get what you're saying, Mick. It's difficult.
You see why I took away his wanting privileges?
Well, you did a bad job, because I still want Metroid Prime 2 to win.
I'm not positive. I think they're so close to being, like, I don't actually know what my favorite Prime game is. I love this one. I had a ton of fun with it. I think the bosses might be better. Maybe the light and dark weapons aren't as neat as Plasma and Wave, but I couldn't be sure of that.
There's a lot of cool variations you can do with them, like the black hole and the light stuff. It's really, really cool.
And Christian, I'm on your side. I like the Aegon Waste. I love the what's it called? Sanctuary
Fortress, yeah.
Yeah. And I actually don't hate the swamp. Probably not the best level, but I don't dislike it necessarily.
I didn't want to mention it. It wouldn't help my case at all.
Well, I don't think any of them know what that level is, so I don't think it matters very much.
If I described it, then.
But now that I know it's bad, it's a point against it.
Well, look, you're not voting for it anyways. At the end of the day, my problems with Prime 2 are the same as my problem with 1, which is to say, hey, let's go on a really, really bad collectible hunt right at the end, and we're going to give you no clues as to how to get everything. And this game is just not very 100% friendly at all. You don't have to 100% it, but just, giving an argument where an argument is due.
All Prime games kind of fall apart at that ending collectathon, honestly.
I gotta be real with you, dog. I thought you were about to say this is not very wholesome 100.
But you said I gotta be real with you, dog, so...
Also, why is Quasimodo here?
Because you said Sanctuary.
Yes,
Mick,
of course.
SpongeBob.
Yes, SpongeBob, please.
Spang robbed the movie video game.
So true.
So, do you like Battle for Bikini Bottom? Do you want more Battle for Bikini Bottom? This is basically more Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's even got a horde mode and driving section.
I'm sorry, it has a horde mode?
Mick, can you talk about the good modes?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about the platforming, please.
And the slide levels?
There are slide levels?
Yeah, there are slide levels. Of course there's slide
They're better than in Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, in all seriousness, it's, it's kind of hard to talk about because it's basically more Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's slightly different, and it follows the vague outlines of the movie. The levels are actually quite varied, considering. The cutscenes leave a lot to be desired because you still but whatever.
You get to play as hungover SpongeBob.
Yeah, you do. Like, that's not even a joke. There's an entire level where you just play as him hungover.
Would I joke about that?
I did.
Maybe. The movie.
Maybe. Quite possibly.
Yeah, I like it.
Can I tag in for a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I think a lot of people complain. The thing with the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, they complain about the sort of like, Battle for Bikini Bottom was much more of like an open world game, while movie game is much more of sort of like a linear 3D platformer.
I do agree with that.
What?
No, I do agree that it is more linear.
I do actually really like the way that the SpongeBob movie game does it, because the way that their levels are like structured, it's like it's so fun to be able to use Battle for Bikini Bottom's physics in like these more like crafted platforming challenges, and like I think with SpongeBob it helps that all of the levels are themed after the movie, which helps the levels from just being platforming challenges and like actually being like based off of like the movie and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. I do think this comes as a detriment when you have to collect collectibles to get past roadblocks that the game sets up. Like, you can't play this level until you get 60 goober coins to get the electric guitar.
That's what kept me from continuing to play it.
Me too. I think the amount of tokens you need is a lot higher than in Battle for Bikini Bottom.
But there's so many good levels in this game. The desert level, I think it's like whatever miles from Shell City, is amazing, and it has such good music. I love all of the slide levels. All of the slide levels are so good.
The design of the now dictatorial Bikini Bottom at the end is such a fun way of it's very well designed, and it's fun to actually explore the city in this evil dark state.
Although
I never got that far.
I never made it past Planktopolis. That place made me rage quit.
I think I got to the.
Oh,
I got to.
I'm sorry.
I got to the bubble blowing babies level, I think.
Okay, yeah.
That was fun. I like that one.
Like that's the level you learn the bash, right? I got caught. I think I got stuck when I couldn't learn the bash.
But honestly, this game is a blast. I think it's like really, really good, and people should stop sleeping on it. And then everyone. It doesn't matter, I guess, for me because of the situation. But like, whatever. Fuck it.
Shall we vote, or are there any other points for either of these?
I think we can vote. We're out of time.
I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock.
All right. Starting with Mick.
I'm voting for the SpongeBob SquarePants game because I hate it.
Hell yeah. Clanky.
In Mick's words, silly Nintendo game.
That's a really good Mick impression, man.
Thank you.
Can I just say, Graham?
I'm gonna have to re-up my Metroid Prime subscription.
Very nice.
Yeah, even though I've played, I've played the movie game, but not Metroid Prime.
Graham, you can't do this to me. I am the victim here, Graham.
All right, well,
yes.
You're playing your part well enough. You're gonna keep playing it.
We're just gonna call this one Mick Suffers.
No, I honestly don't care that much.
No, I hope none of us do. Like, let's
I'm
be real.
I'm just mad at Christian.
And I want to want things again.
You were due. You were due.
You have to earn your wanting privileges. You have to want them. Listen, Mick, I just broke up with Battle for Bikini Bottom. You think I'm gonna just start dating their sister?
No. Trust me, Taylor. We're cool.
Okay. As long as you understand, it would be awkward for me.
No.
Listen. I never beat this game. If I beat this game, we would have a different conversation. But I have beaten Prime 2 Echoes.
Okay. And Christian.
Mick, if I voted for SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, would you give me my wanting privileges back?
You're dead to me.
How can I bargain? How can I bargain to want again? I am an empty shell.
Can we auction his privileges off?
You don't have it, Taylor. Shut up. He does.
Mick, can I auction his privileges off?
Yeah, sure. This is this is the thing. This is I love the Taylor and Mick are friends episodes.
Unite against the common enemy.
You know that all is not right with the world because it comes at the cost of being really angry at Christian.
Yeah, well, it's like those episodes. It's like those episodes in like really long running shows where the two characters that are always rivals have to actually work together.
Yeah, Jerry
It's
is
like a common enemy.
No, but that's the thing. Because those characters are enemies all the time, the episode can only end with them going back to being enemies because they realize the person they were mad at the whole time is the most valued person in their life.
I know, and that's what's gonna happen.
Look, if Mick's not going to give me my wanting privileges back, then I will take great pleasure in voting for Metroid Prime 2, Echoes.
4-1. 4-1. I'm still laughing at the description of Taylor and Mick are friends episode.
It's like this is new. This is new.
I'm gonna have to make a Photoshop of Taylor and Mick on the cover of Frog and Toad are friends now. You realize that?
Oh, I'm so glad you made a Frog and Toad reference.
Very happy about this.
I was thinking, friendship ended with Christian. Now Taylor is my best friend.
I'm the snail with the mail on the liver. All right.
Fun fact: I saw that show in its original Broadway run.
Me too.
Oh, sweet! Awesome.
I have never heard of this.
Frog and Toad?
Decent show.
I've heard of Frog and Toad. I've never seen the show.
It was actually pretty decent.
I just know they're cookie jar sketch.
Next.
Oh, we guess I have.
Battle of the Twos. We have Half-Life 2, which is a Graham pick, versus Pikmin 2, which is a Christian pick. Now, Christian, you said you wanted to go first in this round, right?
Not necessarily that I want to go first. Graham, you can start with Half-Life 2 if you want. I want to be the first person to talk about Pikmin 2.
No, you don't.
Yes, I think you'll find
you took away my wanting privileges, not my... Oh, wait, you're right.
Hey,
you can
wait, you're right.
Christian, I give you your wanting back.
Oh, thank you.
Graham has sacrificed his want.
No.
Graham can't want.
What is going on with this Yearlies?
I overrule Mick.
I think we're all being like psychoanalyzed by Mick right now. He's he's absolutely
he's really on point today. He's meticulously covering history, and he wants to make sure.
Anyway, now that I can want again, that statement still stands. Graham, what do you want to do?
Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2. I can talk about how Half-Life 2 is a masterpiece of first-person shooter design, ranging from its physics to its level design to its characters to its weapons. I can how Raven's Home is one of the best levels in how it uses the physics. Like you basically get very little ammo. You have to use a gravity gun to fight through this a town that's completely converted into head crab zombies, all while their mad Russian priest Father Grigori is like, yes, come shepherd my flock, and it's fun. I can also talk about and sell you on Half-Life 2 is not just the game itself and what it represents, but what the game led to. I could talk just Gary's mod alone.
Don't wait. That's a later bracket.
No, well, no. I
can still bring it up. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah.
Without this game, you would not get and the modding scene that came from this game, you would not have Gary's mod.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting you. By the way, that was rude.
It's not I'm not gonna make my main point. I'm just saying this is a major component of the game. I played this for the first time maybe 7 years ago, and it's still I was still incredibly impressed because I think it just has aged incredibly well. The fact that after this amount of time people still genuinely want Half-Life 3 should tell you at least some point of how this game's quality. And then you also have the cherry on top of this is the G-Man, who is so just weird and yeah. He speaks someone who learned our language through a third-hand source. Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the... forget the exact line. Or the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. It's...
sound like a Jewish Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Welcome to the Gmail.
Welcome to the Gmail.
Yeah.
I
know Taylor doesn't like Half-Life.
Don't rob me of my disdain. Don't take away my
If I can take away...
Yeah, I took away Taylor's wand and gave it to Christian.
That's where it came from.
Works.
There's a tag on this wand.
What is going
Graham
on?
giveth and Graham taketh away.
That's why there's a tag on this wand that says Taylor. I was wondering about that. I should give that back.
Did your mom used to sew your name into your wanting?
This is the strangest, most theological and philosophical Yearlies we've ever done.
I took the words right out of my mouth. Graham, I tried.
Throwback.
Yay.
But we know you don't like first-person shooters.
It's not no, Graham, listen, I'm learning that that's not necessarily the case. It's not because Half-Life 2 is a first-person shooter. Portal is a first-person shooter at the end of the day, and I love that. Doom is a first-person shooter, and I love that.
Doom's a better
Metroid
example.
Prime is a first-person shooter, and I love that.
It's the best thing ever, yeah.
But
Portal is a first-person shooter.
Listen, I wanted to have 3. It sounded cooler
Taylor.
if I had 3.
Fair enough.
Taylor, I have an important question to ask you about Half-Life 2. Does it take place in space?
No.
Kind of?
Listen,
I think Half-Life 2 Episode 2 does.
here's the deal. First of all, Graham, you're absolutely right. The G-Man is incredible, and I have always been fascinated by him. All right? I would never take the G-Man away from you. But I can't stand this game. And it's because this game hates me.
That'll do.
Imagine a game where you are surrounded by tripwires, and every step you take will blow your head off.
I'll be watching.
That's my experience with Half-Life 2. For me, Half-Life 2 is the game where every step you take, every move you make, I'll be killing you.
Head crab goes scree.
Listen.
Yeah, I imagine you don't like the fast head crabs very much.
I think the level design flows well from one to the next. I like the connectiveness of the world, but combat is completely average to me. And I think the gravity gun is incredibly overrated. Graham, you talked about how there's a level that forces you to use it. No, you really don't have to use it, and I don't like using it because I feel like it is way worse than just using a gun that shoots bullets.
But what if you could shoot person?
Yeah.
Well, look. I'm just not a fan of the story. I think Alex is boring, and she gives her dog the name Dog.
Yeah.
That's
it's a giant robot dog.
It's quirky.
You don't dunk on Dog, okay?
Quirky, it's lazy. Ultimately, all of those things are just petty nitpicks. With my problem is the difficulty of this game is fucking insane. Yes, I'm bad at shooters, and yes, they're not my favorite genre. But every fucking 5 seconds, I die. Like you die so fucking fast. You have your health goes from 100 to 0 so fucking fast. The game literally places random explosives everywhere. And the game does not save your progress. You have to save manually. So what ends up happening is you'll make a bunch of progress, you'll die, have to reload your own 40-minute save, and the only way to get by is to just make a save every 2 seconds. And
saving
so
wasn't invented.
Saving was absolutely invented.
It took away your right to save.
It's just this game is a test in patience with this delicate movement, and I just don't feel like the gameplay is anything more special than any other first-person thing. And I know this is controversial. I know that everyone's going to cite Half-Life 2 as a masterpiece anyways, but listen, I've played episode 1 and 2. I really tried.
You really tried.
I really tried. I played the first game 2, episode 1, and episode 2. Okay? I tried so hard to love this game, and it just is not going to happen. I'm sorry, Graham.
I wonder if it takes a certain appreciation of the Source engine to really like Halo and Left 4 Dead and stuff like that.
I mean, I played Portal.
Yeah.
And that's Valve.
Well, that's a little different.
Portal's fundamentally different from every other
No, but he was talking about the engine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a physics engine, but
then the engine might work good in Portal, but I mean,
Portal's a different goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, whatever, all that sort of stuff. It's all the same. Well, it's not the same, but it's very similar, and it could be, like one, don't like the other. That's fine.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah. I know. This round's going to go a little long. I hope that's okay. We've been making good time so far.
We're making great time, actually, but talk about Pikmin, please.
Yeah, don't worry. The next round is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door versus Nancy Drew.
AKA 10 minutes of Paper Mario. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Anyway,
Pikmin,
yes.
please.
So, I'm going to give a little preamble, and then I'm going to go into my thing. I feel there are a few things I should mention before we get started. As I have made perfectly clear to all of you many, many times over the course of knowing all of you for all this time, Pikmin 2 is my favorite game of all time. So, I would very much appreciate it if Pikmin 2 was given the same respect that Persona 5 got and that Bloodborne got. So,
not give it respect.
Well, you know what? Two wrongs don't make it right. So, I would appreciate the respect.
Understood.
And I now have to ask, does anyone not know the differences between Pikmin 1 and 2?
Numbers.
Anyone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to run through a basic pitch that's super duper short. I'm going to ask that you guys only interrupt me if I say something wrong, because I'll touch on all of this stuff later. But I just want to run through a basic pitch to make sure everyone is on the same page. And then after that, I'm just going to talk about things that I find positive for as long as we have. You return home from the first game in Pikmin 1, you find that you are $10,000 in debt. It's Poco's, technically, which is a lot. You sell your whole ship from the first game, and it's like 10 of the $10,000 gone. Turns out, though...
actually the premise?
Yeah, you're in debt.
Okay,
you get someone else's debt. Turns out, though, lost everyday items from PNF 404, Earth, cost a fortune. So you and your new companion, Louie, go to rake up some cash. Pikmin 2 brings you back to the usual Pikmin structure of visiting worlds to collect valuable items. A primary addition that Pikmin 2 makes are the caves, where the game drops you into a multi-level, randomly generated dungeon filled with enemies, and your goal is to make it through while still having enough Pikmin to collect treasures. The game also introduces 2 new Pikmin types. Purple Pikmin hit like a truck and are really slow, and white Pikmin are precious babies who you can throw into enemies' mouths to kill them with poison, both of which are only available through flowers that spawn them in caves. I might mention Bulbmin here, but that might get off track. Why did I read this out loud like this? This was a side note. There's a lot more, but I don't think anything more will be necessary for the basic pitch, as long as you have a general understanding of how the first game works. I'll mention all of these as add-ons later. Does anyone have any questions just about the pitch? Don't go into the main things, just any small questions for understanding what Pikmin 2 is about.
No.
It has chalice dungeons.
You know what? Let's get into it. I compiled a list of, let's say, 8 positive things. We're not going to go into all of them now. I'll be lucky if I get one. So, but everything else is going to be spread out across this Yearlies at different votes. The first 2 are really long, but the rest of them are like a sentence. So, let's just talk about the one that's probably going to take up the whole time, because I thought it was important to mention the controversial thing. The caves. The caves are pretty much the most divisive thing about Pikmin 2, and that's because the caves focus on a different aspect of Pikmin that hasn't been touched on before. When in the overworlds, you mainly focus on maximizing your productivity to foster as many Pikmin as possible and collect treasures in an efficient pace to outrun the day clock. Once you enter a cave, however, you cannot grow more Pikmin through traditional means, and there's no timer whatsoever unless you're in challenge mode. Now, this game becomes a tactical combat simulator, where your goal is to neutralize enemies with minimum casualties, as every death here makes a difference. You make it to the final floor, you have 30 Pikmin, the last treasure's 40 Pikmin, tough shit, you're going back to the surface. So, you run into a lot of scenarios in caves that you won't really find in the open spaces of sort of like a Pikmin 1 or a Pikmin 3. Like, for example, what if you want to kill an orange Bulborb? You all know what a Bulborb is. But a withering blowhog, a giant balloon that blows air, is waiting nearby to blow all your Pikmin away. This is a situation where you can wait for your time to strike or lure one of the enemies away. There are other instances of this ingenuity that can be used in caves. There are a lot of enemies that chase you around the cave, but you can also lead those enemies off of cliffs to kill them. And if you lead them off a cliff, if they had a treasure, it just pops up right next to you, and you get it.
Cool.
Pikmin 2 has a lot of utilization of safe spaces in the caves. You mark out your territory. I like to go around and sort of walk around as Olimar and trigger all of the traps that appear and scout out the enemies and basically map out my entire plan of attack before I actually do anything. Does anyone have anything to say about that so far? I'm sure there's something.
I have opinions, but it's going to take not until I'm allowed.
Yeah, you're all allowed. The pitch, I didn't want any interruptions. In this one, you're allowed.
Okay. So, respectfully, because I do think objectively this is a good game. I don't even dislike the caves, actually. The caves, I think, are a really great system. My problem with Pikmin 2 are the enemies. I think they're painful, and they make me cry. And I'm not exaggerating. This game has literally made me cry.
Well, Taylor, in response to specifically that you just mentioned, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that your experience was invalid, as I've cried in rage at a lot of video games when I was a kid that others probably didn't have the same experience with. Battle for Bikini Bottom made me have a nuclear meltdown, and I was also quite angry at Donkey Kong 64 and Luigi's Mansion. However...
Also, Taylor, you cried during Mario Party.
Fair. However, I must have beaten Pikmin 2 maybe 5 times as a kid. 3 of those 100%
still in the friendship arc, Nick.
And I can't recall a single time where I was even frustrated at all. Now, this does not make your story wrong or speak of anything of you as a gamer. Right. We all have different experiences as games, and that's my point. Your experience is not indicative of how everyone is going to feel, so I do hope the remaining voters will keep that reasonable doubt in mind and know that there's a good chance you'll get through this game frustration-free.
I would like to know, and I would like to hear, and this isn't, I'm not doing this to attack Pikmin 2, it's just I would like to hear from another person who I know is also, this is also not his favorite Pikmin, and I would like to know why. Clanky, if you would not mind, when we talked about Pikmin 1, you told me that you go back and forth between Pikmin 1 and 3, and I noticed that you didn't talk about 2, and I actually would like to hear what your problems are with Pikmin 2.
I just don't like the caves. I think that Pikmin 2 is still a fantastic game because it's a Pikmin game. The same way I still think that Mega Mix is a great rhythm heaven, or a great game because it's rhythm heaven. But it's my least favorite because I really just can't get past the caves. I feel like they're a little boring and bland, and I feel like the fact that they're randomly generated makes them kind of annoying to traverse. I think that there was one cave that was done very well, and that's the
I'll be talking about it later, actually.
Yeah. So I won't even mention it. I think that cave is done phenomenally, but not that I dread playing Pikmin 2, but I still enjoy it a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. How could one be done, if they're randomly generated, how could one be done better than the other?
You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's because
they have themes.
Just to finish off the rest of the things I have to say about the caves.
Hey, Christian, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can I recommend, since we will absolutely talk about Pikmin 2 again, that that you use another round to bring up the themes?
I'm going to finish up the caves. I'll just zoom through it, and then everything else is later. So just caves have different designs. They have different styles. Toy boxes, grasslands, sort of like different types of sand and rocks. And I actually think all of them feel different from each other, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And the boss fights, I think Pikmin 2 really excels in its boss fights. You have a robot spider, a giant walking loaf of bread, a snagger with a foot, a Bulborb literally giving birth in front of you, and an inexplicable crab monster that rolls after you. All great boss fights. And that's it.
Okay.
You forgot the bread bugs.
I said the giant loaf of thing that walks around.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I missed that.
I would never forget the bread bugs. Who do you take me for?
No. He mentioned the bread.
Okay.
Yeah, the bread's important.
I'm sorry. Well, he
the
said
bug
loaf,
is implied.
and I was, my mind was like, I want to hear bread.
Here's the bug. It's right here.
All right. Shall we vote?
Are we good?
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
okay,
I took fucking
cool.
8 years.
It is okay. Let me just finish up one last thing here and then. Okay, yeah, the voting order has been switched slightly. We are going now to start with Clanky this time.
Oh boy, I'm going to be voting for Pikmin 2.
Pikmin 2.
Pogman 2.
Graham.
I said Half-Life.
Oh, I didn't hear it for some reason.
His vote only had a half-life of 1 second.
Oh, I see. Right. Taylor.
I give Pikmin 2 a hard time because I see so much value in the franchise and have such good memories of the first and third that I'm constantly baffled why I wasn't able to have more fun with the second, even though I think the second has tons of great ideas. The purple Pikmin are excellent. The treasures are excellent. The Piclopedia, which I assumed Christian was going to mention.
Oh, yeah, that's next.
is excellent. All of those things are great, but packaged together, I think they're a little fumbly and frustrating. And it's just, listen, it could have been a very big string of bad luck. In fact, the fact of the matter is, you can reset each floor of the cave to get a better randomly generated floor, which I had to do multiple times. Dreams Den hurts me. It really hurts me. But if you guys think I'm voting for Half-Life 2,
Yeah, no.
then you're ludicrous.
Yes,
So for now, Pikmin 2 and I are going to be pals.
of course. Christian.
Actually, with a lot of love and respect to Half-Life 2, because, you know, I love Valve. Valve's my favorite game company, and Half-Life 2 was just really interesting to me all this time. But, yeah, I think I thought about it. I'm going to vote for Pikmin 2.
Of course.
If we take away his want, does he automatically vote for Half-Life 2?
Then I just don't vote, because I won't want to vote, and then the Yearlies will be a stalemate.
Mick for Prosperity. Yeah, that.
I know. We all know what you mean. Yeah, I'm voting for Pikmin.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
4-1.
Why
That's
wouldn't I vote
caves
for
in
Pikmin
it.
2?
Do you not like Half-Life?
I could take or leave Half-Life. I'm not really a Source Engine person. The guns don't.
That's an interesting statement. I'm not a Source Engine guy.
I don't like how guns feel in Source Engine.
Okay. I couldn't begin to understand how that works because I don't play enough first-person shooters. Okay.
I'm really big on gun sound effects in games and how they feel, so to speak.
This guy plays
So,
Sniper
yeah.
Elite.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, and also I like real-time strategy. Pikmin.
Right. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
4-1.
I just saw the VC.
Yeah. I had some extra time.
Yeah. That's great. Saves you some time
Yeah,
later.
no. Yes, exactly. That'll be a good asset for this. All right. This will be a fun one. We have Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door, which a lot of people put up. But this is a Christian pick, but it also is a Clanky pick. It's a very popular game. Obviously, a lot of people put it up. Versus
An even more
Nancy
popular
Drew.
game.
Nancy Drew, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor, which is
Let's go, Drew Crew!
I actually am a Nancy Drew game fan. That's the sad part.
Let me
Who would
go.
like-
Let me
Yeah,
go.
Graham. All right. Go.
Nancy Drew is way better than Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door.
This is the
1,000-Year
saltiest Graham is
Door
ever
only
going to be.
has one door. Nancy Drew has many.
Oh my God.
Is it 1,000 years old?
Probably.
Are there 1,000 of them?
Again, it's a British mansion, so probably. But yeah, like Nancy Drew, Curse of Blackmoor Manor is like, it's such like a strange like experience. For one, the facial animations are horrifying. Like they are legitimately like nightmare-inducing. I was scared more by all of a sudden a character popping up than the actual scares that are
Oh,
in
dude,
this
Nancy
game.
Drew is a horror franchise.
Yes,
Absolutely.
especially this game.
The music is chilling.
Yes.
Atmosphere is horrifying. Absolutely.
There's a part in this game where you have to decipher what a British menu is in order to order food. Like you have to just kind of understand Cockney for a bit.
Cool.
There's segments where you have to like. Alright, basic story of the game is Nancy Drew is like summoned to like visit a friend of hers who like has like been acting weird ever since she married like into this like rich British family. So she goes there, sees her friend, meets this devil child who will only give you glow sticks if you play like random like board mini games with her. And you investigate the curse of the Blackmoor Manor, which is I feel like they're trying to go for like a Hounds of the Baskervilles kind of thing. Like there's like allegedly a beast. There's a nightmare sequence that is like legitimately nightmare-inducing.
That's cool.
And like, there's so many like puzzles that like I felt like I needed to. Like, all right, I need to write down like this clue here, like this.
Graham.
Yeah.
You managed to choose the one Nancy Drew game that Taylor won't vote for because it's a horror game.
Oh no, they're all horror games.
Yeah.
They're honestly,
Okay, fair enough.
they're honestly all so chilling. I played The Secret of an Old Clock, and there's
Mm.
just this part where you like explore these caverns, and they just play this really creepy ambient music, and it just feels like someone could like approach you from
Mm.
behind at any moment. It's
Yes.
a really ominous feeling. I don't know if it's on purpose, but
I play this game like with a friend who like she would always like have her like cousin like play the games for us. So there were multiple times where I would try to convince her like, all right, we're stuck at this part. Text your like cousin who's now like 30 years old and has like responsibilities how to get through this part. Nancy Drew. She never listened, unfortunately. But yeah, like this, like I also quick like just like for like us here, I accidentally put this on my games of 2022 list when I believe I did in fact play in 2021.
You fucking liar!
Yes. So I will suffer your slings and your arrows whenever you feel they are necessary.
I think that's the first time anyone's ever gotten to Shakespearean in talking about the Nancy Drew games.
I'll do the slings. Who does the arrows?
No. Now we mentioned. Hang on, tar and feathering. Now you're speaking my language. I love Super Nintendo World.
You know, there's tar and feathering in a Paper Mario game.
Is there a Vat of Eels?
there's also a noose in a Paper Mario game.
In fact, that's in the Paper Mario game that's here.
Yes, talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
it.
transition.
Welcome to the game. Kill yourself.
Oh, by the way, Christian, Nancy Drew is a point-and-click adventure game.
I know. So, no worries.
Not like as egregious. I'd say it's like King's
Absolutely as
Quest.
egregious, if not more egregious. I think I think Nancy Drew games are hard.
So before
Yeah.
Taylor makes before Taylor, no, I'll be honest. No, Taylor, you actually
Taylor ruins the Yearlies.
you didn't you didn't change my mind on anything, Taylor. So no worries. But Clanky, do you want to start? I feel like, to be honest with you, it's my thing is the entry for Paper Mario, but you ranked Paper Mario higher, and honestly, I kind of need your help.
Yeah, that's fair. Does that mean you want me to start then?
Do you want to?
Well, you can go first. It's okay.
Okay, so my Paper Mario experience, I played up to World 4 and then stopped playing because I couldn't figure out Duplus's name, and I couldn't figure out why the P was missing.
Christian, his name is Dupless.
But I know now. Oh no! Thank you, Clanky. I didn't know. But
okay.
Good, he had the game paused all this time.
Yeah.
Now he can keep going.
Let me go back to where I was stuck in the parrot room doing nothing and see if I can get the thing back. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door is like so much fun because it is a reactive RPG where you can basically just your skill determines how much damage you take, and that is what's really cool about Paper Mario. I don't think it's as annoying in some ways as Mario and Luigi, where all the attacks that you do take 8 years and a half to pull off. In Paper Mario, everything's snappy, you know. And Paper Mario 1000 Year Door especially is filled with charm because most of the characters in Paper Mario 1000 Year Door are not based off of existing Mario characters. They're all based off of weird new shit. It's like.
So when I say that about Luigi's Mansion, they're Mario characters, but in Paper Mario, they're new characters?
In Luigi's Mansion, they're like new ghosts, but they're still Mario characters. Like, the rest of them are Mario characters. But, in 1000 Year Door, yeah, you have Flurry, who's a thing, and then you have Miss Mouse, who's a thing, and you have Vivian, who's great. And you have Yoshi, who's a thing, and... yeah, the Yoshi was probably the least interesting.
Oh, don't you talk about my pet Yoshi that way.
He's one of the best partners, so he's the least interesting one. There's a level in Paper Mario 1000 Year Door where you just climb the ranks of a fucking wrestling tournament, and it's amazing. It's my favorite chapter. It's most people's favorite chapter.
Oh, it's the best chapter, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so good.
I would say that, but it is very
It's the best chapter, absolutely.
I wouldn't say that.
And the
but I
voice
would
of
say
the
it's very
announcer. Oh boy.
Okay.
What?
Don't do this to me.
Oh no, he's doing that bit. Okay.
I imagine that guy sounds like MC Ballyhoo.
All right, let's no, stop. Everyone stop.
But that's mostly my experience with the game because, again, didn't make it past the fourth world. I know everything about the end of the game. It looks incredible. The second half, the first half is so much fun. There was really never a moment where I wasn't having fun except trying to figure out that stupid idiot ghost piece of shit name. So,
May I
yes.
take it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, the 1,000-Year Door. Basically, I echo everything that Christian has to say, except I beat the game, so I can talk about the rest of them. I really like how every chapter is unique and different, especially for an RPG. I feel like the problem with a lot of turn-based RPGs, I guess I should say, is that they kind of fall into, like, a monotony state where, like, you really have to enjoy it to want to keep playing, or else you're going to get burned out. At least that's my experience. Whereas the Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, always introduced something unique in a chapter that made me want to keep playing. I really do like the Grist Pits chapter where you have to climb up the ranks. I also really like the chapter where you essentially solve a murder mystery on a train.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun too. I think that
Don't read the diary.
I think that all the characters that are introduced in this game are all fun and interesting. I really like the fact that they kind of went ham on the creations, not only like for the original creations that exist in this game, but also like transforming existing Mario characters and making them kind of their own thing, like Koops and like the baby Yoshi, and there's probably another in there.
Bobbery.
Oh,
Bobbery! I love Bobbery. That guy's so cool.
My wife. There's just a Bob who fucking laments his dead wife.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that sometimes, you know?
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot.
Fuck you, Steve.
But yeah, 1,000-Year Door is probably my second favorite game of all time. I might need to readjust my list because it's a little outdated, but I think I love this game, dude. I love this game so much. I don't know what else to say.
There's some high stakes in this,
one of the games where I have a problem with games that are long because I don't have the time to play long games. But Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door, I feel like, is a long game that I'm willing to play. And I enjoy pretty much every second of it, except the last chapter where you have to do the scavenger hunt. But also, like, water is wet and the Pope is Catholic.
Yeah, and the Chozo artifacts, and it's honestly a Nintendo tradition. I try and true.
Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I have to say about 1,000-Year Door.
Okay.
I have a couple things. It's all right. Because I do like this game a lot, and I know that every time I start that statement, by the end of the statement, everyone thinks I hate the game because of the way I said those things. But I really do like the 1,000-Year Door, and I think it's really colorful with great ideas and great party members. Rogue Port, great starting town. X-Nauts, pretty silly.
Love
combat,
those guys. Lord
fantastic. Fantastic combat. Challenge, I think, is pretty fair. I think it's well paced throughout. I love the level up system. Makes grinding a non-issue. Chapter 3, moi. Chapter 3.
I'll see all the chapters.
But this game isn't perfect, and I don't think any of us think the game is perfect. But there is a lot of backtracking in this game. There's too much backtracking in this game, and it's not usually something I notice in games because I usually don't care. I usually suspend my disbelief, but Chapter 1 has you going from the first part of the level all the way to the end, all the way back. Chapter 2 is kind of just an entire level of backtracking where they tried to make the game Pikmin, and I like it, but it's
Pikmin games.
It's got problems. It's got problems. Chapter 4, such a great idea, but the entire level is just going right to left to right to left. It's a problem, and this extends.
Like Hillary Clinton.
And this. I don't have time to unpack that statement, Jordan. I don't have time. And unfortunately, this translates to every single side quest in this game. Oh my god, these side quests are so bad. Oh my god. Yes, I know you can get the one where you can get a flat out party member. That's nice. But every side quest in this game is, hey, this person needs your help. Go find them. Hey, hi, thanks for coming. I need your help. Can you go get this? Okay, I got this. Good. Here's $5.
I guess I personally never let a game with bad side quests really keep me down.
I think you should. I think you need. I need to evaluate a game in all elements. I love doing side quests in games. I feel like they're great ways to extend yourself throughout the game. So it's a big issue to me. Also not a big Peach segment fan. I know that's probably controversial. I know everyone loves Peach, teaching a robot about love. The Bowser sections are probably good. I don't really remember them.
If I could speak on your backtracking, I'd like to say that I've only played the first 4 stages. And if the first 4 stages is as bad as it gets, I think the backtracking is a little overblown.
How long ago did you play them?
I played them, it was actually in my teens. So like, I was 14 or 15. It was right around the time I started like doing YouTube. So
Do you think if you played them again, you might see them as a little more prominent?
maybe, but I'm not judging it whether I played 3 days from now. I'm judging it when I played it back then.
I understand.
I will say that the only time the backtracking is egregious for me is when you literally have at the end of the game to do a fetch quest by going to every other place. I don't think that walking back and forth and a very short distance is really that bad for backtracking.
Listen, I just don't think it's a very short distance. I think it adds up to a pretty egregious amount of time. And maybe it wouldn't be an issue if there were like new things that happened on your way back, but generally like you're not even sure you're going the right thing because nothing is happening. And it's just listen.
I do think I'm ready to vote, honestly.
All right. We are starting with Clanky.
Oh boy, it's gonna be Paper Mario for me.
Yeah. On to Graham.
I know that's going to end, and I will meet that end all the same. I'm voting for Nancy Drew.
Of course. Taylor.
I'm still voting for Paper Mario.
Of course. Christian.
One thing that was neglected to bring up about Paper Mario: amazing soundtrack, just a bop all the way through.
So true.
I will say that, yeah, I don't like point-and-click adventure games. Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door.
And Mick.
Let's go, Drew Crew!
You got so close to the mic. I would lower you again.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, 3-2. All right, next bracket. We have Halo 2, which is a Graham pick. And we also have Katamari Damacy, which is a Clanky pick. Who wants to go first?
Nah.
Graham?
No.
Would you like to go first?
I've gone first like for the last 2 times that my pick has been up, so you can go first.
All right. Yeah, okay, alright, fine, sure. Katamari Damacy, what to say? This is probably the weirdest fucking game I've ever played in my life, and I love it for it. If you don't know, you are the prince of all cosmos, and one day your father, in a drunken stupor, decides to get rid of all the stars and the moon in the sky.
What an idiot!
Then he
Come on,
casts
Christian,
you.
we all have days like that.
Yeah, you're right. I did that just yesterday.
So, he commands his son, the Prince of all Cosmos, to go to Earth and collect shit on something called a Katamari, which is a big sticky ball. Don't look into it. And the idea is that you're supposed to roll up enough stuff until you make the star its proper size. Not like its proper size like when you travel to it and like you have a giant fucking sun there, but like its actual size in the sky, so like 10 centimeters or 20 centimeters, and the bigger you can make it, the better it is. It's the game that I feel like progression is so satisfying because you start off from a really nothing, and then you end up getting like being able to just pick up like coins and little caramel packets, and then it switches towards the end where you get so big that you're able to pick up literal buildings and skyscrapers and continents. It's easily the most satisfying gameplay loop I've ever had. You know this is crazy if I'm complaining about it, but I wish it was a little longer. I hear that We Love Katamari is pretty good, but
I gotta say,
that's not on the bracket.
Your list of sizes are interesting. You know, buildings, skyscrapers, continents.
Yeah, well,
It's like-
that's the thing, right? Is that,
Yeah.
like, because you're playing the game, when you're playing the game, I should say, when you pick up the buildings, like, you're not far off from picking up continents, because when you get so many buildings on your Katamari, like...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
It adds up so quickly to the point where you're picking up continents. And then
later
at the
games,
end-
you just... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to just tell Nick, in later games, you just flat out roll up the galaxies.
Yeah, I think
I do
you do
recall
that in
these.
this game, too.
I think this one goes as big as taking over Earth.
Is that true?
I think this one is a slightly smaller scale, and I say
That's
smaller scale lightly. I mean,
Yeah.
you're fucking destroying Earth to make Dad happy.
Yeah, literally. And he's so disapproving. He's easily, like, the worst father in gaming. because if you do a good job and get the Katamari to the size he wants, he'll be like, oh, this is like okay, but you can do better next time. And then if you're like a centimeter too short, he'll be like, you're a disgrace of a son, and I never want to speak to you again.
He tries to kill you if you fail.
He does try to kill you. It's so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything I have to say about Katamari Damacy.
Yeah. Again, actually, it's a cool game because you can tell it's a cool game because I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Fair
Like, it's
enough.
one of my, I would say Katamari is like a really cool, like surreal type of game, and it has really great character designs and fun music. And there's
The ultimate
cows
picture
too.
game.
Yeah.
And I'm on your side, Clanky. I actually think this game is too short. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I even think that what's there is slightly padded. It just in the sense that they have you replaying the same levels a lot. Like there are different things, but you'll like get very used to like the inside of this person's house and like it's all fun. It's fine. I'm just like there could be more.
I get what you're saying. I don't necessarily subscribe to that notion, only because, like, every run you do of Katamari is going to be a little different. Like, yeah, you start in the room, and then you go in the backyard, and then you go, like, exploring the town and all that. Like, yeah, sure, that's true. But I feel like whenever I play, there are sections that I'm able to get to in one level that I don't even think about. And by the time I think about it the second, like, time I play the level, I'm too big, and I can't enter, like, the doghouse, or I can't enter, like, whatever I'm trying to do.
Well, I just mean like in terms of what size they start you at and where they start you at. Like there are a lot of levels where you'll just always start in the inside of that room, and I'm just like,
my point, I guess, is that like to me that doesn't bother me because each time I start in that room, it's always a different experience.
No, I agree with you. I like it's not enough to like be an issue. It's just enough to notice.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So, Halo 2. Electric something or whatever, I forget what
Electric
the rest of it
Boogaloo.
is. No, I was making a joke, Jordan.
Jokes are funny.
Yeah. Halo 2 is like what like I played like through all the Halo games, like even before like the re-releases and everything, and like Halo 2 is such like a like Halo already like revolutionized combat like on a console, and then Halo 2 just added more onto it like in like meaningful ways. This is the game that introduces dual wielding to it's really a franchise, not saying like an innovation otherwise, but also hijacking, one of like the best thing you do in any Halo game. What?
What's
You're
so
hilarious.
funny?
What?
You're just very funny.
I am.
Graham is hilarious. I'm glad no one took Graham's funny from him. That would be horrible.
Yes. This is a game that introduced the Arbiter, which is one of like the best characters in the franchise. This introduced weapons like the battle rifle and the energy sword, and also this was one of the first games to really utilize the original Xbox Live, and that led to like a huge explosion in like in multiplayer games, and like this was like one of the pioneers for that. There isn't really much to say because I know all of you. I know if I can't, I know what you're probably gonna go for. I don't blame any of you for whatever choices you make. This is not a place for judgment in the Yearlies.
Unless my game loses, then I judge you all as terrible people.
I take away your judgment.
All right, fair. I guess I didn't really deserve that one.
Yeah, like I can't do enough to convince you of like how good of a game this is, like how like it, like the story cutscenes and like the way the story is presented, like Master Chief himself and the aforementioned Arbiter, who is like in my opinion one of Keith David's best roles.
Wow.
That's saying something. Yeah. If they came to hear me beg, they will be disappointed. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah, like this is a game that like I just found it at a GameStop one day and just played it because the 360 is backwards compatible with the original Xbox. Or I would play it for some reason in like freshman year of high school when I was still going to public school. I would go like one of my friends had like access like
a special room for some reason, but they just had like a TV and an old original Xbox, and we just play Halo 2.
May I add a thing about Halo 2, if that's okay?
Yeah.
One thing I've heard about Halo 2 is that you have to play the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, because that has the remastered cutscenes, which look like amazing.
Mm-hmm. However, it does not adapt. There's one level where they start playing the Halo theme with like electric guitars, and that is not in the Anniversary. I think I don't even know if it's that. I think there's like a Breaking Benjamin song that's not an Anniversary.
Oh god.
Okay,
Just
Graham,
what we needed.
I'm gonna throw out something that you didn't mention about Halo 2.
Yes.
That's really worth mentioning. It's the only one whose it's the only one whose last level is not a driving section.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
You know what? Honestly, that just boosted Halo 2's chances for me.
Wow.
Yeah, out of the original trilogy, at least. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
also
no,
gives you
it's gonna be
more Avery Johnson, which again, Avery Johnson is probably like another one of the greatest Halo characters. But a lot of his my favorite moment with him come in Halo 3, so I'll talk about it there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready to
Are
vote.
we good to vote?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We start with Clanky.
Oh boy, I'm gonna vote for Katamari Damacy.
Yes. Well, Graham.
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah. No H.
Yeah, I have to vote for a game that begins with Hail and ends with 2.
Yes, exactly. Hail Katamari Damacy 2.
I was look, I was thinking as hard as I could, and
Of course. Taylor.
You want me to vote for Halo 2? Nah. Nah. Katamari Damacy.
Katamari
So
Damacy has pretty
cool.
cool music, too.
The whole title was made up of scat words.
Yes. A lot
Except for
of
maybe
scatting in
re.
this series.
I don't think they use a re in
Christian.
scat. Wait, am I the last vote?
No.
Skip me.
'cause Mick votes after you, but you go.
Skip me.
Oh, Mick.
Wait, why did I say I'm ready to vote if I
Halo
don't
2,
know what I'm
baby.
All right, we're back to you now.
Wait, what'd he say?
He said Halo 2, baby.
Is it a 2-2 right now?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? I like Halo. I'm gonna vote for Halo 2.
Wow, Halo 2, 3-2.
Clanky, we have each other.
It's okay. I'm doing a lot of games that I love are doing really well on this bracket, so I'm not gonna be upset about it.
It's all right. We'll have a
Yeah.
barbecue with just these games, with just
Really?
Mario Party
Because when
6
they
and
announced
Katamari Damacy.
Good.
Because when they announced the result, Clanky, it sounded like you started doing Lamaze breathing.
I started doing what?
Well, he was. That doesn't mean he isn't able to handle it.
What's
Fair
what's
enough.
Lamon breathing? I'm confused.
Lamaze.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It's what
That's what
pregnant
they do
women
in pregnancy classes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey.
like the idea of Katamari Damacy giving birth. I don't think we should let Katamari Damacy breed.
The ball just cracks open, and out comes a baby prince. Does that happen in the later Katamari game? Clank, you would know.
What happened?
Does
Taylor also knows.
the either you or Taylor, does the ball ever
This is
crack
a waste
open?
of time.
I don't care. This question must be answered.
I
Ball
don't
ever
think
open up and a baby prince come out?
I don't think so. Or
Okay.
not in any of the ones that I've played.
Cool. Just making
Okay.
sure.
Hey, I hope that Taylor and Clank are getting along now because this next bracket might break them.
Yeah.
We have
Sim sweet.
we have
Oh my god.
Sly 2 Band of Thieves, which is a Taylor pick, versus my wild card, which is also kind of a Clanky pick in a way. The Sims 2. Who wants to go first?
I would like to go first. I know I just went
All
first
right.
last time, but I would like to go first
No,
if that's okay.
you're allowed. 3, 2, 1,
All right.
go.
So, do you guys remember how last time I told you that The Sims 1 was not a simulation game, it was an RTS? Well, The
Yes.
Sims 2 fixes that and turns The Sims into a simulation game.
Yeah.
They added a lot of much needed things from The Sims 1 that make the experience 20 times better. First of all, you don't have to work every single fucking day because they finally decided to add weekdays. Now you can finally get Saturday and Sunday off, and you can almost play this game like you're simulating a life rather than just fighting for survival.
The addition of a weekend. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that I think that the jump to 3D really makes this game something special, because in the last one, you had 4 different angles you could look at your house and your sim at. Whereas in this game, since it's 3D, you can move it as much as you want. So that means that like designing your houses becomes easier and better. That means that placing the furniture and watching your sim do sim things is a lot easier and better.
Things.
Yeah, and this was the first game. This is the first game where they kind of established. blah 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 blah. This is the first Sims game where they kind of establish what Simlish is. So it's not just gibberish, like it's an actual language at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of great memories of The Sims 2. I played the PS2 version, and I know like some of you are probably quaking, but the Sims 2 version is great the PS2 version for The Sims 2 is great because you actually have control of your sim, which makes playing The Sims on console like so much easier and so much more intuitive. Because instead of having to move a cursor around with a joystick, you can just move your sim to where you want them to be. Did I tell the Christian story for Sims 1?
I need you to, remember. Apparently you remember more things that I did in The Sims 2 than I remember things I did in The Sims 2.
So, alright, I thought I told the story for The Sims 1, but I'll tell it again.
You actually may have told it, but if you have anything, retell it, just for the sake of it.
So, me and Christian played The Sims 2 on PS2 because it was multiplayer, and
oh my god,
yeah, and we were playing like a game. We were trying to play I was trying to play a serious game of The Sims where I take care of my sim and I send them to work and I get us money. Christian was hell-bent on being the biggest bum in the world and doing nothing. And that includes not eating, not sleeping. If his sim fell asleep where he stood, he would wake him up instantly.
That sounds about right.
I was on my hands and knees like, Christian, I am begging you to just play this game the way it's intended. And then Christian was like, yeah, okay, I can finally do that. I'll start by taking a shower, and then after that, I'll do whatever other activities I need to do to keep myself alive. So he takes a shower. He takes a shower. He steps in, goes in the shower. Then the sim steps out of the shower. He's like drying himself off and everything. Changes into his clothes, then curls into a ball and dies.
I knew it. I knew it. Called it.
And that was the last time me and Christian played The Sims 2 together.
Actually. Did you tell the story?
You did tell the story, but not in such great detail.
Yeah, this time I'm not in a car, so I'm able to actually talk about it a little bit more.
If I can add a small little addendum, The Sims 2 is The Sims that I also the only Sims game that I ever played by myself because I somehow got a copy of DVD for PC. And the only thing I remember about that game is that I made one guy. His face was scrunched up like he just bit into 16 lemons, and he wore blue lipstick, and he ran around the house naked. And that's the only thing I remember.
So you.
Great.
It was as if I was on a drunken fender. That's the only thing I remember.
A bender, you mean?
No, a fender.
Get it?
Okay.
But yeah, The Sims 2, I easily have the most memories with. I have memories of playing and making a family that me and Jeannie, when we were playing together, we gave them lore and we came up with why they act the way they act, and it was just it's some of the most fun I have playing a game because I get to create lore, and that's just so much fun for me. So I love The Sims 2. It's easily not only the best Sims game, but probably one of it's crazy, but it's probably one of my favorite games ever. I love this game so much. Anyway, that's it.
Got some heavy hitters this bracket.
I create lore in Sly 2 all the time. My lore is that Sly is a thief.
That's pretty original.
You don't have to create that because it's already in the game.
It's already in the title.
Taylor, where'd you get that from?
That's what the game is so good at letting me create my own lore that way. So when I first got my copy of Sly 1, it was at a Video Game Express, which was a non-chain related game store, and it was Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus, and I pulled out the manual and I read it front to back several times. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Let's play the game. And then I looked at the disc and it was Sly 2. So this was my first Sly game. And narratively, that creates a bit of problems because Sly is a more narrative-focused 3D platformer than others. But once I adjusted, I realized in hindsight that I am so glad I started with this one, because this one improves off the first one in so many meaningful ways. The story is so much more realized than in the first one, with the commentary between Sly, Bentley, and the Murray, who got a complete character overhaul in such great, meaningful ways. Clanky, all of your problems with Murray in the first game are completely gone. He is nothing but delightful in this game. They have all these fun pickers where and because in this one you actually get to play as all three of the Cooper gang, who all play very, very differently, leading to lots of gameplay diversity. You get these great moments where if you guys who played the first one, you'll know that Bentley is kind of terrified of doing things. So in the second game, he's like, I have to do things. Shit. And so his first mission, he's on the communication with Sly, and Sly's like, hey, how you doing, buddy? Look, I'm fine, all right? Just leave me alone. I can't do this. And it's just it creates this fun arc where he has to work up his confidence throughout the course of the game, which I really, really liked. The biggest change is that other than it's not as typical of a level-to-level game, it's a much more mission-based thing. But unlike other platformers that went mission-based, I think this one handles it the best, where you're still hopping around and the overworld is built around platforming, where you get to run across zip wires and do your ninja spire jumps, and it flows very, very well. Characters are very, very memorable. You got the gecko Dimitri, who wears greasy suits and deals spice in Paris.
Yeah, I hated Dimitri. Oh my god.
You got Jean Bisson, the Canadian. What animal is he?
Bison? Is that the one?
Yeah, thank you. He is a bison. Mm-hmm. He rounds up the boys for a good old-fashioned winter sports games. There's Rajan, the tiger. There's just lots of memorable stuff, and it just feels a lot more stealth-oriented. You take photos, you pickpocket, you tail people, and it all, because it's a game based around stealth. The stealth actually feels correct. Getting caught does not lead to instant failure, but Mick, you'll appreciate it does mean that things are going to be problematic for you, unless you're Murray, because Murray can beat the shit out of enemies if he gets caught. But Sly and Bentley are, much more fragile, so they really need to take things out. But if you're Murray, again,
one of them is a very dexterous thief, and the other is in a wheelchair.
Actually, he's not in the second game.
What?
He's not in the second game. That's a third game thing. I'm only hesitant because I'm just wondering if that's a spoiler, whether or not. But
I wouldn't be the judge.
I'll be honest, I thought he was in a wheelchair in the first game, but I think that says a lot about my memory.
Oh, right. Okay,
yeah. No,
I feel
he's
like I
not.
never saw Bentley stand up, so you could say he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you play Sly 2, you'll know for sure he stands up.
If I may add on. Oh, no, continue.
Oh, I mean, I'm mostly done. This game is a great improvement on the first one. Not to say that the first one is bad, but this one is just a great, wacky Saturday morning cartoon game based around stealth that we all needed and enjoy.
If I may add on very, very briefly.
Yes.
I have not played Sly 2, but I know everything about Sly 2. My memory has been fading since I've watched those video essays, but those video essays stick in my mind, and, well, let's just say Sly 2, even just from looks alone, has impressed me greatly. So, let's just
remember that when we vote.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're good to get on to the voting, we are once again starting
With me?
Yeah.
Got it. So, yeah, Sly 2 is just in a very unfortunate position on this bracket, because even if it gets into losers, I should say, I don't even know if I'd still be voting for it then, but I did like Sly 1, and I think that if what you're saying, Taylor, and if what everything else I've heard is true, the fact that Sly 2 is just Sly 1 but better bodes very well for it, but I still have to give it to The Sims 2.
Of course. Grim.
Sims 2.
Taylor.
Listen, we had a lot of fun with The Sims last time, and I've replayed Rabbi Simsman more times than I care to admit.
Such a good bit.
But I don't have any of that nostalgia for The Sims 2, so it's just back to me not liking The Sims, and this time not wanting to vote for it because it's versus Sly 2. But Mick hasn't voted yet, so I know where this is going. Sly 2.
Okay.
Well, Mick is a stealth game fan. Maybe he'll surprise me.
Taylor, Mick, Sims.
Sims.
Mick.
Nick.
Christian.
I think The Sims is always going to be a franchise that I am going to respect more than I like. I like The Sims a lot, which means I respect it a ton. But liking a lot versus a game that I think I might potentially love is a bit of a different story. And oftentimes I do like to somewhat prioritize games that I have played over ones that I don't. But I think in this particular case, as well as the others that I've done previously, Sly 2 has shown to me that it is extraordinary. It is a very, very extraordinary game. And, well, Sims 2, I hope I can make this right. Sly 2.
There was so much philosophy packed into that statement. You know, liking isn't the same as loving and respecting.
Don't I talk like this every day?
You may have taken away his want, but you didn't take away his ability to philosophize.
Yeah.
Oh, of course not. This is the most philosophical Yearlies we've ever done. Mick.
Okay, so what's the?
It's 2-2.
2-2.
You're a tiebreaker, buddy.
Yep. Okay. I really hope for the Sims sweep in the in losers.
God damn it.
But I'm gonna have to vote for Slight.
Okay. 3-2.
Oh,
It's happened.
Yeah, no, it has.
It happened.
I actually really have
Mick
no
voted
idea.
for a 3D platformer over a simulation game.
I really have no idea what the top four is going to end
Twice.
up being.
Wow. Okay.
Andrew Lobo,
Going on.
eat your heart out.
Going on to the losers bracket now. Metroid
Arnold
Zero
Lobo.
Mission
Well, that's fine.
versus Arnold Woble. Yeah. Metroid Zero Mission.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's the guy who wrote Frog and Toad.
What a legend.
That's true.
I said Andrew instead of Arnold, and yeah.
What's his name?
Arnold
Arnold
Lobo.
Lobel.
Oh, can we get him as a guest on the... No, whatever. Just move on.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
You know, I would say
Even better.
I would say cut it out, but I think the embarrassment will enhance this episode, so keep it in.
Yeah, he died in 1987. None of us were alive when he
That's-
died.
Okay, that's
But
far
he
enough
wrote-
back that I feel less bad about it.
Wait, but Frog and Toad didn't come on to Broadway until 2000 and... Well, I think
But
4.
Frog and Toad are
In
friends.
memory.
Oh, 3.
He wrote the book. He didn't write the musical.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Frog and Toad are always friends. You think fucking DreamWorks made the musical for Shrek? No. No.
Metroid Zero Mission. This is Sonic Hero.
I can't believe Metroid Zero just starts with the credits.
Are you okay? Do you need a cough drop?
No.
We need something.
Okay. You sound ill.
Anyone have any further comments about either of these?
It actually hurt. I'm sorry.
Team Dark's bad.
Okay. We voted.
Oh, sorry.
Shifted.
You know what? I'll say during my
Go.
vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
We start now with Graham.
Hey, have you ever met this Royd?
No, not personally.
Because you're gonna, because it's voting for Metroid Zero Mission.
Taylor.
Have you ever missed this zero? Because IOM, Metroid. What?
Christian.
No, sorry. My brain is split between continuing the gag and saying what I was going to say, so I'm just going to abandon the gag.
Oh.
Sonic Heroes, Taylor brought up the final boss music. I think the whole soundtrack of Sonic Heroes is really, really good. And there are a lot of, especially like Hang Castle and the Halloween like level themes and the bingo and the casino street, all really, really good songs. My love of Sonic almost makes me want to do it, but at the end I have to stay rational and vote for Metroid.
Oof, okay.
I do hope you finish that game soon.
All right.
Happen
Prosperity
eventually.
votes. Mick.
Telling me that armed robbers stole Edvard Munch's The Scream from the Munch Museum in Oslo, Norway.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
I was waiting, and it didn't happen for a while, so I thought it was going to be done, but I'm like, no. In the back of my mind, he's going to wait until we hit a lull and then bring it back.
You know,
And he's
honestly,
done
I
that.
thought that's what
You don't
happened in Sonic
disappoint.
Heroes.
You really don't disappoint, Mick.
Jordan, what'd you say?
What are you voting for?
Oh, I said Sonic Heroes.
Oh,
Okay,
No,
cool.
you didn't.
And
I don't-
Clank.
No, I
believe that.
actually after I was done talking about this the armed robbery of
The
Edvard
Scream.
Munch's The Scream, and the Madonna as well, from the Munch Museum in Oslo, Norway. I said under my breath, and Sonic Heroes.
Okay, cool. Clank.
That's like
Metroid.
All right, 4-1.
Like the secret
Okay.
vote.
It was backmasked.
Well,
All
there's
right.
a secret
Oh.
vote. It would be 5-1.
When Jordan's editing this, he'll hear it.
Yeah, I will. Battle of the Kid Show games. Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem versus SpongeBob SquarePants movie. We start with Graham.
Scoobert Doobert.
Like zoinks.
Taylor.
You ever try anal?
Not yet.
Do or do not.
Wait,
There
which
is no
game?
try.
Which game is that a vote for?
It's not a vote for anything. I just wanted to ask the question. I didn't think I'd get a lot of chances.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get another chance.
We want to talk about chances.
If this was Night of 100 Frights, we might have a different discussion. But I really just don't have nostalgia for Scooby Doo. So SpongeBob.
Okay. Question.
You know, for me, Night of 100 Frights. The reason why I don't like that game is because I played that game with a very high fever, and as such, I don't think there's honestly, I don't think I'm ever going back to it. But Mick.
Scooby Doo Mystery.
Wait, no, I'm not asking you to vote. That's not even my job.
I was confused, but I'm like, oh well, he's like, but Mick.
I wanted to engage in a quick question for you.
Okay.
Will you
Have your
forgive
vote in
me?
anyway.
What?
Will you forgive me?
Of
Oh.
course. I will forgive you 77 times.
No,
Awesome.
don't forgive him because then we can't be friends anymore.
No, it's okay. I'm voting for the SpongeBob SquarePants, but I'm kidding. Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
Oh, thank God. Mick, we know what you're voting for, and Clanky.
I'm voting for Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
Scooby Doo sweep.
So a farewell to SpongeBob.
Sweepy Sweepy Doo. Where
Okay.
are you?
Really easy vote coming. I'm sorry, Graham. Really easy vote coming up here.
I don't
think.
know about that actually.
Well, Graham might not even
I
vote
think
for it.
I think by Mick just no wait. Graham's not going to vote for Nancy Drew.
Half-Life 2 versus Nancy Drew Curse at Blackmoor Manor. Anything at all to say about either?
Nancy Drew, more like Dancy.
I'll take a shot to that one.
More like Pantsy Stew. It's a point and click game where you pants people.
Okay.
All right,
Hang on a
Graham
minute.
vote.
Nancy Drew. I want to see what happens.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes. Let's go.
Oh my god, Graham.
Drew.
Taylor.
You delightful little agent of chaos.
Taylor.
Nancy Drew.
Christian.
You know, I don't think Half-Life 2 deserves to tie in losers round 1, but
Nancy Drew.
but I think I like every other Valve franchise more. No, I mean, no, fuck Nancy Drew. I'm voting for Half-Life 2, but, you know, I'm not upset by
Okay.
this.
If it wasn't a point and click game, he would vote for it.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
And so we go to Mick.
Come back to me. I want to see what happens.
And so we go to Clanky.
So, Half-Life 2 or Nancy Drew. I don't know about
Yes.
you, but I'll give it to Half-Life 2.
Mick, we're back.
Nick, after everything you've just told me, I think I know
Drew.
what you're gonna do.
Drew.
Oh my
I'm Drew
God.
Crew. Drew Crew.
Cannot believe.
God.
Graham, did you not think this was going to happen, or did you just not care?
Oh, I don't really care. Like, I like Half-Life 2, but it's not like... I just,
What
like, there wasn't, like, a lot of
fuck?
games released, like, this year that, like, I would really put it on the list. I was like, I played Half-Life 2, I'll put it on here.
I think it's really funny that not only did Nancy Drew make it out of round 1, it just beat one of the most popular, critically acclaimed video games.
If anyone
Ever
thought we
made.
had credibility before,
Listen,
gone.
I admitted that one of my favorite Sonic games is Sonic and the Secret Rings. They already know my opinion doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, at that point, how can I trust you with anything?
Okay.
I'm being facetious, of course.
Yeah, I like
This
Sonic
is-
and the Secret Rings. You lack the ability to want. You know.
No, I got that back. Remember, Graham stole
Oh, yeah, that's
Taylor's
right.
one and gave it to me.
That's true.
Yeah,
Can I have it back soon? I
Sure.
was gonna
Here you
auction
go.
it.
Here's your want back.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, thanks. I thought,
And you know what?
Did you just
Christian-
puke on it?
Christian,
Maybe.
Christian and I will return your want to you.
Oh, thank you. Now we all have our wants back. Now, Mick, please give me your need.
Christian, you're getting pushy.
Decide what I want.
Mick, you haven't drinking any water in 4 days. Are you okay? No.
Katamari Damacy.
Can I just say, if I
Sims
lack any
2.
needs, that's great. I don't want needs.
Yeah, it's a net positive.
No, I like to imagine that, like, you don't think you need the needs, but you do need the needs. You know what I mean?
But if I lack the need, then I don't need it.
So much philosophy.
A car has windows. A house also has windows. So we can establish from this that it is not the windows that make the car go.
It's Bill Gates. Katamari Damacy versus The Sims 2.
Oh, this vote's gonna suck no matter what.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad no matter
Especially
which
for
one I'm
you.
picking.
I just want to say, and I'm not doing this to throw shade, but to praise Katamari. I think Katamari Damacy is one of the most original games ever.
Oh yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah.
No, it is.
But there's no other game like The Sims 2.
Yes, there is.
Sims
the
3 and
Sims
Sims
1
4.
and The Sims 3.
No,
The
no,
Sims,
no.
Hold on. I firmly established that The Sims 1 and The Sims 2 are not, like, similar really that much at all. You want to say Sims 3, then sure.
Can
But
you kill
Sims
your
1
parents?
is a different beast compared to every other Sims game.
Dude, you could probably kill everyone in The Sims. Like, let's be real. In Sims 2, I mean. Because I've done it.
All right. Well, if I'm voting first,
Yeah, Graham.
Bill, I'm voting for Sims 2.
Okay. Taylor.
I like to roll. I like long walks on the beach. I enjoy watching television. I was a jeweler for 30 years.
Katamari Damacy.
30 years, huh?
Katamari Damacy.
I just started quoting Birdemic in reverse.
Oh, that's from Birdemic. Oh.
Oh my god.
What a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen
What a
it.
great bad movie.
It is.
Christian.
I feel really bad voting against Katamari Damacy because I feel like I'm sleeping on something that I would really, really enjoy and find a lot of charm in. But
Then don't do it. Then
No.
vote for Katamari.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sims
You're
Sweep.
making the right decision at the end of the day.
Sims Sweep. And yeah, vote for Sims.
Mick.
Sims 2.
And Clanky.
As much as it pains me to do this, I have to vote for The Sims 2.
4-1. Two great
This is
games
not-
on and losers.
This is not the fate Katamari deserves.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly more upset about Katamari than Half-Life.
You both had a
Yeah.
choice.
I did, and I
Alright.
think The Sims 2 is the better game.
Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal versus Legend of Zelda.
Sorry, I just
Well,
remembered
yes.
Ratchet and Clank up your ass.
Well, the good news is I don't think I have to try very hard. So I
Dave,
won't.
I haven't tried since 2010 Yearlies.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yearlies really
So
fell out of
true.
notice after 2014.
I haven't tried since the 2009 Yearlies.
Oh, coming soon.
I stopped watching it.
yeah.
Like, soon it'll probably come out.
I haven't really tried since 2023.
We now return to
Oh.
the Yearlies 2, Return of Jafar.
If
What
you
else can I-
can't do it, great.
What else can I
Um,
say about Ratchet and Clank? There's an ability to test all your weapons, try before you buy. So it's like a little toy store. You go into this little combat simulation room and you get to see what all the weapons are like, which I think is good because weapons can be expensive. Oh, New Game Plus and Ratchet and Clank. One of the best New Game Pluses out there. All your bolts, every time you kill an enemy, your bolts multiply. So like if you earn 100 bolts, you could earn up to 20 times as many bolts. And then you get hundreds of thousands of bolts. And like, who was talking about sound effects? Mick, you like sound effects, right? Get the crunchy sound of getting a nice bowl of crisp bolts.
I think you're you're misunderstanding fetish.
It was you said fetish. I was just trying
Yeah,
to
it's
make you
true. I
happy.
did.
I'll say
Ratchet-
fetish.
That's like I said. I don't even think I really have to try. Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal is great, and none of you seem all that hot on Four Swords. So let's keep Ratchet and Clank alive. Let's do what 2016 couldn't.
Okay. We start now with Taylor.
Let's keep Ratchet and Clank alive. Let's
Yes.
do it. Let's do what 2016 couldn't.
Yeah. Christian?
I thought I had something insightful to say, but I can't remember what it was. So Ratchet and Clank.
That's interesting. You gave him back his wand, and then he lost his ability to philosophize.
I see. It's equivalent exchange.
That is the law of equivalent exchange.
You can only have one
Nick.
thing.
Mick.
Ratchet.
Ooh, nice. Clanky.
Well, because basically you got everyone's admission. It sounds like Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures isn't even that great of a game.
Oh my god.
I mean, listen, it's good with friends. I think it's very fun with friends.
I still think
But
it's
alone.
good alone, but it's not better than.
I actually am very
Clank.
excited to play with friends, honestly. Probably with you, Clanky, I imagine. Sometime in the future, who knows. But
I'm happy about, I'd be down. I'm happy about the outcome of this vote, not because I'm excited that Zelda is going to lose, but because I really think it has a better chance against The Sims 2 than Ratchet and Clank did. So I'm going to vote for Zelda.
Okay, and Graham.
I'm a slot for Zelda, so I'll vote for Legend of Zelda.
3-2. Okay, Mario Party 6 versus Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
Echoes.
All right.
guys, I can't
Let's-
feel pain anymore. I mean, no, I can
Let's-
feel pain, but I can't do this. Please.
Let's rip off this Band-Aid as quick as we can.
Clank, you
please.
think you're in
All
danger?
right.
Because I also think I'm in danger.
I think I'm in danger.
What's gonna hurt you less?
Oh, I would love you to vote for Mario Party 6.
But wait,
you,
Taylor,
Christian?
can you hear me out?
Uh-oh.
Can you
think
hear me
that
out,
Mario
Taylor?
Party 6 is super fun with friends. You never have to play it with Christian Taylor. Me and you can play it with 2 other friends. It'll be great, and we'll have an excellent time. We can't do that with Metroid Prime 2.
Taylor, but yeah, Taylor, you never... How do you know he's telling the truth? What if he's just going to do the same thing I did?
Who are the two friends, Clanky?
Me.
I take Mario Party 6 gameplay I take it very seriously, actually.
How do you know he's just not going to pull the rug from under you? Metroid Prime 2 would never do that. It would never do that!
All right.
George,
Metro-
get in the front.
Metroid Prime 2 is the same fucking game every time you play it.
Taylor.
Mario Party 6 isn't my favorite Mario Party. I like it a lot, but if I'm gonna play Mario Party, I probably sooner want to pop in a copy of 2 or 4.
Damn, that's rough.
I'm sorry. I really like Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. But I like Mario Party 6 a lot too. It's with a heavy heart.
It's okay. Let's rip this Band-Aid off.
Okay, Christian.
There's a reasonable chance that in the way this bracket is going, Metroid Prime 2 is going to do better than Metroid Prime. You know what? I'll take what I can get. Metroid Prime 2.
Okay. Mick.
Mario Party.
Clanky.
Mario Party 6.
Graham.
Metroid. Get it, because it echoes.
Yeah.
It was
Nope,
an honorable fight.
I did it earlier, Grim.
I think
Yeah.
Mario Party 6 is going to have a good
well,
time in Losers too, honestly.
I echoed your earlier joke, Taylor.
Well, that sounds about right.
Okay. Pikmin 2 versus Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
I'm going to keep this really, really quick because I don't think it would be particularly fair if I had an extra 4 minutes on top of my 12 minutes. So I'm probably just going to talk about this really, really briefly.
You were thinking
Okay.
about taking an extra 4 minutes? What's wrong with you?
No, I was hoping I could get some of it done in the initial pitch, but I got caught up a little bit.
He wanted 7.
You know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. Picklopedia and the Treasure Compendium. This game is the best bestiary ever put into any video game ever. It also has the best compendium of treasures. You can see all the treasures. You can see Olimar talk about all the treasures. You can also see Olimar talk about every enemy in the game and how every enemy is like a scientific, he writes it like a scientific paper. It's not just the watery blowhog blows water. It's a variant subspecies of the fiery blowhog. The watery blowhog lacks several of the dominant genes necessary for the production of fire-producing catalysts and thus expels jets of the non-flammable liquid. It's like that for every single enemy. You think that's good? It doubles when you get further into the game, and 2 more options open to you. One where a sales pitch for every single treasure in the game, and one for Louis to tell you how to cook every single enemy. So, you ever want to know that a Mamuta tastes like chicken? It's an edible too, but that's how it is. Also, I forgot to mention that the bestiary it is not like PNGs, it is like an actual virtual simulation where you can throw carrots at enemies and watch them react, basically. It is, even people who don't like this game, say that this is the best part of the game. So, yeah.
All right. Unless there's anything else,
And Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is stinky.
Mm,
Oh,
That's stinky.
His
There's
second
stinkier
favorite game,
Paper Mario
Christian.
games.
Well, I was gonna vote for Pikmin 2, but then he said that they aren't PNGs, and I'm a PNG prog,
So,
A prog?
I guess
Like the place?
I don't know.
A frog.
I panicked, and that's the word that came out of my mouth. I'm voting for Paper Mario.
Okay, Christian.
With much love and respect to Paper Mario, which will probably win this vote, I'm voting for Pikmin 2.
Okay. Mick.
Pikmin.
Clanky.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Graham.
Just like that, it rests in my hands once again.
This is like both of me and Clay's favorite fucking games, and you get to decide which one moves forward.
Wow.
Graham, pick the one with the P.
Yeah, do that. Yeah. It's a good idea.
I mean, it says it in the name. There's only 2 Pikmin, but 1,000-year doors. So
Do you know how long
I
it
think I
takes?
know the
I
right answer.
will vote for the one with the more P's, Paper Mario the 1,000-year poor. I can't read.
You know,
can't
Graham,
read.
you didn't have to do that. Paper Mario still had more P's in the word paper alone.
Christian,
Man,
if I could
I
shake,
can't read.
if I could
You
shake
are
your
going
hand
Paper
right now,
Mario,
Christian, I would.
Yes.
No, Paper Mario is a wonderful game to lose to.
It is.
It's a
It's great.
wonderful game. Because
Well-
because it is a wonderful game.
It's all right. I'm the
Halo
one who has to
2.
get hurt now.
Halo 2 versus Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Well, yeah. Taylor.
Go to Paris.
Gonna go to Paris. It's gonna be great.
We've been alive this whole
What's that from?
How it should have ended.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is that what that's from? Because I was
Yeah.
trying to remember and I can't fucking remember. I quote it all the
I thought you were
time in
doing
high
more
school.
Molyneux.
Wait, what?
We're gonna go to this, and it's gonna be great. Like I quoted that all the fucking time, not knowing what it's from.
I assume you voted for Sly 2, Taylor.
Sly, we've been
Christian.
Research after this years. I am once again going to make a bit of a lapse in judgment and, go against the game that I have at least played a little to say that I'm going to vote for Sly 2.
That's not going against your judgment. That's a great decision.
Yeah.
I don't know, get in my brain and see if that's a great decision.
Christian, don't make a girl promise if you know you can't keep it.
Damn.
I don't think I made any promises. That's where you reply exactly and walk away into the
Yeah.
shadows.
We go to Mick.
Sly 2 moonwalks out of the.
Wait, really? What? I am blown away by the games Mick is picking instead of the first-person shooter.
Wow. Crazy. Clanky.
I'm voting for Sly 2.
Really?
Dude, I
This is
liked
great.
Sly 1, and if you're telling me Sly 2 is better Sly 1, then
I
I'm
just
probably
thought-
gonna like that more than the series that I think is good and that's it.
You
I
had
just
no
thought you guys
faith
were
in
huge. I
your
thought you guys
choices.
were. No, I just thought you guys were huge Halo stans.
I'm
No,
not
I mean I
really
like
a
Halo. I like
stan.
Halo quite a bit, but
I still don't quite understand the word "stan."
I don't either. I just like using
A
it.
fan,
Um,
but crazier.
Yeah, I think it originates from oh god, I want to say Eminem because he
It is
calls
Eminem, yeah.
an Omega fan stan.
yeah, it's like he'll
So,
stand by you, but it's like stand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just think of Stan Smith from American Dad, honestly.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Good night,
I
USA.
just think of Star Platinum.
yeah, I was. If you weren't gonna do it,
And
Graham, I was gonna do
Graham.
it.
This is Graham.
This bracket is a monument to all your sins. I'm voting for Halo 2.
All your Sims, you mean?
Graham's gonna.
That's the next round.
What
No, like I
another
said
great
before.
episode name. This bracket is a testament to all your sins.
A monument to all your
Monument,
sins.
whatever. Okay, yeah.
Oh
Alright.
god, yeah, those
Christian.
episode names are great.
Christian, just shoot
Give
me.
me, give me 1 second. I need to move.
Why? This next round has nothing to do with you.
No. I said that as in. Don't worry.
No.
Oh,
It
was it in
a casual
reference to the
request.
earlier thing? I'm barely. I am like half here.
Yeah, don't worry. So am I. I'm gonna. I'm gonna have a hangover moment tomorrow where I wake and be like, "What happened last night? I voted for Sly over Halo 2. What?"
You're missing a tooth.
Mike Tyson's
All
there.
right.
Harry,
Yes.
you're missing some teeth.
Got a phony
Yeah.
tribal design tattoo.
Exactly.
I mean, Mick, to be fair, that's you in every Yearlies where we're like, oh, dude, I love when Mick said this, and your response is, what?
Yeah, like it's like
Great.
me whenever we did a Let's Play. I always forget everything I said.
Like,
fair,
I can't wait for Jordan to be like, oh, dude, when Mick starts fucking quoting world events from 2004, this is when the Yearlies gets good. And your response is going to be, excuse me, I did that?
Yeah, that's gonna be like, I didn't remember that bit.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Christian
Do we go
betrayed
bottom up
me, I
in
remember
losers?
very well, but
I did it to
go
everyone this
bottom up
round. You're not
losers?
special.
Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventure 2. Oh dear.
Oh me, oh my, I lost to The Sims.
No, The Sims only wins.
We
Sims
start.
Sweep.
he says in the loser's bracket.
Shut your pie hole. It's going to do just fine.
The Sims have
All right.
literally never
It's gonna
lost.
crawl. It's gonna crawl its way out of losers, and I will.
Okay.
Clanky,
Nothing
Clanky,
bad ever
look at-
happened to the Kennedys.
Clanky, look at the sim flowers.
Almost on this bracket.
Look at Sims what?
Look at the sim flowers, Clanky.
The Sim flowers.
Yes.
Am I getting shot in the back of the head? And I can
The
take
Sims
care of
is.
the rabbits. Boom.
Christian.
You know, yeah, you're right. The Sims 2 has never lost. It's never lost once. And it never will. The Sims.
And it never will, idiot.
I feel like we've done this joke before.
Maybe. Mick.
The Sim.
Oh, let's fucking
Sim.
go.
Sweep.
Sims.
The Sims.
Sweep.
Never
Sweep.
loses.
Sims.
Graham.
Sims sweep the return.
Zelda. Oh, Zelda. I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke, but I'm just abandoning it. Zelda.
Okay, and Taylor.
Zelda.
All right, 3-2 Sims. Wow. Okay.
How did you know what I was
Sims.
voting for?
Sweep.
Sims sweep.
I had a feeling.
A feeling.
I had a feeling,
inside.
Clanky.
All right, gang.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be reasonable. Let's be reasonable with this next
Mario
one.
Party
Absolutely.
6 versus
I will be
Nancy
logic
Drew.
and truthful. Nancy
The
Drew,
Curse of
underrated
Blackmoor.
point-and-click franchise. They made like 17 of them. So clearly they're excellent.
Maybe if they included all 17 games on here, it would be better.
Have you
but-
heard the voice acting for Nancy Drew? Hi, do you think the wolf is causing these accidents?
This is so
Was your
sad.
mother's jewelry insured?
Have you ever heard the dialogue in Mario Party 6?
Yeah, all of the
Woohoo!
characters,
Yippee!
all of the characters in all the Nancy Drew games came from the same dimension as the G-Man.
What about,
That's why it beat Half-Life 2.
what about Nancy Drew 13 with the Hardy Boys?
Oh.
How could you ignore Mario Party 6 and if you press the L or R buttons, you cause horrible audio nightmares
Oh
to
my
everyone you're
god,
playing with?
Luigi going, hey, or Mario going,
But you-
hey, Stinky!
But you do that in every Mario Party.
Actually, yeah, in
No.
Mario Party 8 it is worse, but in
Stinky.
Mario Party 6 it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, because
Alright.
they don't, like, speak any words, they speak gibberish.
Also-
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
I hate people who taunt in Mario Party. It's distracting. Stop it. Let me have my turn.
It's hilarious.
All right. We start with Christian.
Mario Party 6.
Mick.
Nancy Drew.
I mean,
you
the
say that like
missile
it's.
counts.
Drew.
Is this actually going
There's
to be
not
the Drew?
120 missiles in Nancy Drew.
How do you know?
Is this
I have a
actually-
feeling.
Actually going to be
Clanky.
the Drew crew?
Oh, fuck, dude. If this wins, then, oh. Alright, Mario Party 6.
Graham.
Man, I can't believe someone drew me. Some
Your name
Nancy
Nancy?
Drew.
They
All
got my
right,
name
Taylor.
wrong.
We're good. Taylor, I know what you're doing, I think.
Clanky.
Drew.
Yes.
What if?
Well, it's either I feel pain now or I feel pain in the next vote with Mario Party 6 in it, so it's okay. Whatever you decide to do is A-okay with me.
All right, slow and painful it is. Mario Party 6.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yes, so exciting.
Ooh. All right. It is Pikmin 2 versus Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
Ruh-roh.
There's a cave in Pikmin 2. where, you know, all the caves are pretty standard. Like, you go down, it's like a maze-like structure, and you go around, kill enemies, do all this stuff, collect treasures. There's a cave. First of all, the cave only lets you bring blue Pikmin in. It's the only cave that does this. Completely unique texture to all the walls and completely unique music. Well, all the caves have unique music, but this one's even more dreary and very decrepit. All the treasures are worth, like, nothing. They're worth, like, $10 a pound, and it's not really worth anything. And then, after about 5 minutes on any sublevel of this cave, 2 giant steamrollers accompanying a watery ghost-like figure will descend from the sky and scream at you. It is the only time in a cave where another cutscene will actually play to show you how truly fucked you are. This ghost thing chases your active captain around and crushes all your Pikmin instantly. And you just have to do the sublevel with this thing chasing you. There are a lot of strategies for avoiding it, but you have to be intuitive to figure them out. So
you say it's a worthless level, but I'm pretty sure it gives you the ability to whistle your Pikmin out of the ground.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I completely forgot to write that down as a topic. I'll talk about it later. The upgrades, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So you gave all this stuff about Pikmin 2. Keep in mind that pitch you just gave sounds more like a reason not to play the game.
But it's so
Nick, you don't get to talk, okay? You spent an entire bracket talking about every single problem in Dark Souls 2 like they were pieces of candy.
Yeah.
Mick, yeah. I for one like challenge in my game.
At least Christian is passionate. You were passionate too. That's not the right word.
Yeah, everyone is passionate. It's the Yearlies.
We don't need to talk about my passion. Am I right?
Yeah.
There's a minecart section in Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
I fucking hate the minecart section, because if you don't get enough Scooby snacks in the minecart section, you have to do the whole fucking thing over again. That's where I stopped playing. That's where I stopped.
That in
he had that ready and raring to go.
It was a trigger. It was like as soon as Mick set the tripwire and I tripped on it, it was like over.
No, dude, like that was like one rant away from, you know what? I had sex with your mother!
With a lot of nostalgic love and respect for Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem, which could win, I'm voting for Pikmin 2.
Okay. Mick.
Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem.
Clanky.
Pikmin 2.
Graham.
If one mystery game could advance, another one might. I'm voting for Scooby Doo.
The Doo Crew.
The Doo and Drew Crew.
Doo and Drews. Well, the Drew is gone, so all that's left is the Doo.
Christian, I am a man of sound mind and reason, and I'd like you to remember that as I save Pikmin 2 right now.
Look, I did the same for you back in 2014. We're out here for each other.
Okay.
Just
remember.
The 2 children's mystery properties both lost in Losers Round 2.
Oh, how sad.
And they both rhyme with the
Drew
word
is not for children.
Huh?
Graham played it in 2021.
That's nice.
And so now there's just no good games left on the bracket.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry. Sims 2.
Why do you say these things?
Sims 2 is still here.
Sims 2 is still here.
Why you gotta do this?
Mick, you saved it.
I love what's left.
Sorry, I thought
Ratchet
thought Forest Swords Adventures 1 for a second.
This is like
Taylor. All of your choices are still here. I think that's the distinction.
Yeah.
Okay. Halo
Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is here. Mario Party 6 is here.
Halo 2 versus Metroid Zero Mission.
I don't know. Mission, guess we better go home.
Metroid Nuclear Fission.
I mean, 2
Metro
is a greater
Zero
number.
Kitchen.
2 is a greater number than 0.
Metroid
you are right.
Gravity.
But it's a really bold decision that Metroid Zero Mission cuts straight to the credits.
Hey, do you guys remember that time
As soon as you start the game.
Have you ever been to Bahia?
Please vote for Metroid Zero Mission so I can...
It was like Joseph's favorite game. Okay, Christian. Was that a vote?
No, I swear to God, it's not because of the joke. I do think I would genuinely enjoy Metroid Zero Mission more than that Halo game. I think maybe if it was Halo Reach versus Zero Mission, it'd be a different story. But
okay, we're going mad this year, at least. Mick.
Who's the main character in Metroid Zero Mission?
What was that?
Metroid.
Samus.
Her name is John Metroid.
Okay. I wasn't sure if because this is like a spin-off, so I wasn't sure. So I just
it's a remake of the first Metroid game.
Oh, it's a remake. No, fuck that. Halo 2.
No.
No.
Think of it like this. I don't think it's gonna change your vote, but Metroid Zero Mission makes the original Metroid playable.
And
It's
Halo
a
2, people argue the remake is better, so
It's
take
a
what you will.
reimagining. It's a completely different experience.
Clanky's turn.
Doesn't say.
Can you skip me?
Yes. That means Graham.
There's a mission in Halo 2 that leads directly into Halo 3 ODST.
Oh.
So, take that for what you will.
I mean, the only person that was really going to convince was me, and I've already been sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor.
There's a mission in Metroid where you zero.
The credits
Is this a 2-2 vote?
Yeah, we're back to you in a tied vote.
Oh, that sucks, dude. I don't know what to vote for.
You can give your vote to me if you want.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, because I don't know what to vote for either.
He's like, Jordan, you have my vote. He's like, I don't know.
I'll take your vote, thank you.
No, actually, I insist. I take his vote.
Guys, let Clanky have his vote. Clanky has earned the right to give whatever he wants.
I mean,
You can't take that away from him.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Vote for Halo
There's
2.
no
Do it.
Taylor.
he's no Jose Carioca.
Would I
It's my
rather
favorite
play?
new running gag.
Would I rather play as John Metroid or John Halo? It's so tough.
Master Chef.
No, Jose.
Fuck,
Master
I'm
Chef
probably
mission.
Fuck, that's so funny.
I can't believe they have two playable characters in Halo 2 and they're both named John Halo.
Yeah, that's why there's two of them.
Master Metroid.
I'm gonna regret this vote. I know I am, but I'm gonna give it to Halo.
That's a very
Yes.
regrettable vote.
No,
I
wait,
regret it
but
immediately.
Guys, if you boot a Metroid Zero Mission, then the credits roll, please. Please. No, I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go.
The Root Crew is dead. All right, you had your chance.
Okay. Mario Party 6 versus The Sims 2.
Oh fuck, dude.
I know. We start now with Mick again, I think. Yeah,
Sim, sweet.
of course. Clanky.
Chief, I'm gonna need you to come back to me.
Of course. Graham.
The two Sims.
After my own heart. Taylor. Well,
No, I'm just thinking if I want to elaborate, but I feel like anything I say is just going to push everybody in the opposite direction. So, Mario Party 6.
no,
Should have said
I
it.
understand.
Elaborate on that. No.
No.
Graham, do you want me to hurt?
No, I'm just quoting David
No.
Lynch.
Yeah, I knew what he was doing. Christian?
The Mario Party franchise has given me probably some of the most cherished moments of my life, I think. And Mario Party 6 being my second favorite Mario Party and one of my most played Mario Parties is evidence of that more than anything. You know, except for a game we'll talk about in a later bracket. But, that's the reason I'm voting for Mario Party 6. Because Mario Party 6, more than anything, more than The Sims 2, as great of a game as that is, has given me more wonderful memories. It doesn't give me a lot of shitty memories, but a lot of wonderful ones.
Giving you shitty memories, huh?
Oh, just...
Well, Clanky, we're back.
It's a 2-2 vote, right?
Yep.
Yay! So pog! Woohoo!
Keep the dream alive.
Don't
I
let the
don't
flame
know.
die out!
I don't know if I can. Oh, this sucks, dude. I'm giving it to Mario Party.
Yes,
Mario Party, baby!
Mick, do you think I feel good about this?
But
I
what
wanted
a-
the dream to live
I
just
can't
as
vote
much
for
as
anything
everyone
now.
else.
This is one of the first
Yes, you
yearlies
can.
to go along sensibly almost the whole way through.
Nick, you say that like every Yearlies.
You just
I
won't
know.
like what you vote for.
Because games I like always die.
Yeah, you lose all your things, and you're like, yeah, well, now all we have are these stupid Nintendo games.
Because it happens every year.
Granted, actually, yeah, mixed games
Well,
die
your
somewhat
stupid
frequently.
Nintendo game won the whole bracket last year.
That is true. Mick, you did get a win last year.
What happened last year?
Double dash.
Mario,
This is
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And Mick,
He doesn't remember the Yearlies. He left Yearlies
Yeah.
permanently.
To be fair,
Sure.
the only reason it won is because I forgot to put on Jurassic Park Origin Genesis. We all know
Yeah.
that.
yeah, we're gonna put
Yeah,
that in the
yeah,
honorable
yeah.
mentions bracket. It's
Honorable
gonna win.
mention bracket.
So
I
it's
also
gonna be
didn't know that
perfect.
was a 2003 game. I thought that was like a Genesis game.
I actually
why.
knew it was a 2003 game, but I didn't think Graham wanted to put it on the bracket, so I didn't tell
No,
him.
forgot.
I didn't see it on the list.
I was like, maybe Graham has his own
Yeah.
reasons for not putting it on there. So I just won't bring it up.
No.
Sorry.
A2 versus Pikmin 2. Battle of the Twos.
You know, Taylor just mentioned last time about the upgrades you get at the end of caves. Every time you go through a cave and you beat a boss, you get a particular upgrade. In the cave that I just mentioned before, you get the
Is
pluck
it every time?
Almost every time. There are a few exceptions, mostly in the last area. Now, in the cave that I just mentioned earlier, you get the Pluckaphone. It is an upgrade that allows you to pluck all of your Pikmin just by whistling. For anyone who knows Pikmin, this is huge. This is massive. My other favorites are the Stellar Orb you get by beating the Man-at Legs. The Man-at Legs also, by the way, Japanese name is Orb of Legs. By the way, I just thought that was a fun fact I should mention for no reason. And you get the Stellar...
Oh, it's a joke on Man at Arm. Got it. Okay.
And you get the
Yeah.
you get the Stellar Orb from the Man at Legs, and that lights up all the caves. And it's like, holy moly, I can see all these from a new light. You get upgrades that do elemental resistances, upgrades that let you fight better, so you can just in this game in Pikmin 2. Pikmin 2 is probably the only Pikmin game where you can run in as the captain and start punching things, and that's a viable strategy. So
No, it's not.
it is. I do it on Fiery Bull Blaxes all the time. It is very, very helpful. I do it
I
on
do
most
not
board
know what
honestly.
any of those words mean.
You know a bullboard?
Yes, thank you.
You know a bullboard, Mick?
He said that everybody knows it, so of course he does.
Oh, dude, Glup Shitto!
Oh my god.
What just came out of your mouth? Did you
Oh
just
my
look at
God.
funny
It's
as
my
vomit?
favorite. It's my favorite Pikmin character, Glup Shitto.
Oh,
Yeah.
shitto.
That's all I had to say about that, though. I don't think I have anything else to say.
We start with
I shit you not, Avida. He's called Pickle Rick. Funniest shit I've ever seen, Avida.
I just want to give a quick thing. There's a character named the Prophet of Truth in Halo 2 that is voiced better in this game than he is in Halo 3. That's saying something because in Halo 3 he's voiced by Terrence Stamp.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I do not know who any of those people are.
Well,
General
the-
Zod.
General
in the
Zod.
original in Superman 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
well,
Michael
of course,
Shannon.
then of course it matters to Graham because
Mhm.
Graham really likes Superman.
Also, Terrence Stamp is also he was like the main cultist villain in Oblivion. Like that might be something where Taylor knows him from.
He was in Yes Man.
What is he from, Graham? I'm sorry.
You've played Oblivion, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember like the
No.
main villain? Okay, well, never mind.
I don't remember anything from Oblivion. To be honest with you, dog.
All right, well,
Okay.
I don't like saying dog because then I hear myself back in the replay. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Taylor?
You say it all
You
the
like
time,
dogs?
dog.
You can say it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you what words to say. I know what words make me sound uncool.
That's just
Meanwhile, I can just say babe whenever I want. So
babe.
Well, your babe is
Yeah.
right here.
Like the pig.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, babe?
Mixed. Yeah, I know what's going on, baby. Mixed. That was Elvis, but either way, mixed turn. Oh, baby.
I totally forgot that I had muted my mic. I was making jokes this entire time, and no one listened to me. And I was like, "Oh, why does no one find me funny?"
Sorry, was that another one?
I thought he was trying to scare you.
Halo 2, I guess.
Hey, let's see. Okay. Clanky.
Pikmin 2.
Graham.
Halo 2.
Taylor.
You know, I'm voting for Pikmin 2 a lot for a guy who claims to be brought to tears by it. And I
Yeah,
hope Christian
you are.
takes notice.
Well, Christian.
We're even now. I hope that's fair. I hope that's established. We are
Were we
we are
uneven?
square.
Were we unsquare?
What?
Were we not square before?
No, I helped you out in 2014. You helped me out here.
When did you help me out in 2014?
I stopped sports friends from getting any further in the bracket.
Well, you put it on in the first place, though.
Well, yeah, but, I could have let it keep going. Sometimes I regret the decision because Sports Friends, I do lament Sports Friends. I'm glad you knew exactly what I was voting for, Jordan. But
yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
We can still keep this going because this is still potentially peak Ratchet and Clank. Christian, you yourself said maybe this isn't the best Metroid Prime, and yes, I know it's got your favorite boss fight, but oh, dude, when you experience the story of this game, you're gonna have so much fun. And
you gotta convince everyone else.
Yeah.
No, because they're all a lost cause. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what anyone likes anymore.
It's all a mystery.
I mean, Mick seems dead to the soul, and Clanky just seems focused. Clanky seems focused on the losers bracket, and
dead to the soul.
Yeah, my bracket is the losers bracket.
Yeah,
it's very fitting for me.
Listen, I would like Ratchet and Clank to go further. I'd love for it to win the bracket, but I won't be greedy. But come on, let's bring it to the semis. Come on, guys. Ratchet and Clank, up your ass.
Up your ass.
Mick.
Or as it is in the bracket, Ratchet and Clank, up you.
I'm going
The
first.
sequel to
Mick is going first.
Ratchet and Clank.
Whoa. Clanky.
Metroid Prime.
Graham.
Have you met my friend Royd?
Oh, thank God.
Taylor.
I was like, Graham, what are you saying? Please decipher.
He said, thank God, and I don't know why I thought Christian would vote for Ratchet and Clank, because I know that even though it's not his favorite Metroid, he voted for it anyways, but it's not fair. Ratchet and Clank.
Christian, you two were square a bracket ago.
Look, I need to make something very, very clear. Metroid Prime 2 is not just like another Metroid Prime game I like. No. This is like, I like this almost as much as the first Metroid Prime. It's like, it's got its spot, it's got its acclaim, I had so much fun playing it. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal is probably going to be great. It's probably going to do great in the remainder of the losers bracket, whatever's left of it. But I'm voting for Metroid Prime 2. And I am so fucking happy.
Actually, no, it's because you haven't... Well, all right.
And I am so fucking happy that Metroid Prime 2 is doing what the first game could not, I guess.
Even though when I'm like, hey, I might like Metroid Prime 2 Echoes more than Metroid Prime, you're like, yeah, well, you can have your wrong opinion.
Yeah, you can. I'm not stopping you.
All right. Paper Mario the 1,000 Year
Sometimes
Door.
Christian has the bedside banner of Dr. Kevorkian.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't get it, but it sounds like an insult or a compliment.
Dr. Kevorkian was a pioneer of euthanasia.
Okay, that's an insult. It's an insult.
I've heard that quote before. I just forget where. Paper Mario and the 1,000 Year Door versus Sly 2 Band of Thieves.
Wait, what? Oh, you're right. Oh, I skipped a bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, Sly 2 is still in the bracket?
Right?
Yeah.
Shit,
Well,
I thought this was dead
now.
round one, honestly. Losers round one. I thought Sly was dead.
And yet here we are.
Yeah, where Sly is going to die.
Well, yeah. Mick.
Sly 2.
Clanky.
Paper Mario.
Graham.
I heard Sly 2.
No, I heard a little bit of Paper Mario before,
I heard
in and out
Super
of it.
Mario.
Yeah.
It's funny for new Super Mario
Super
Bros.
Paper Mario is in a couple more years. Taylor.
Well, let's see how far those expectations Christian has for Sly 2 takes us. Sly 2.
And Christian.
This is the exact same situation. Literally word for word. I have to vote for Paper Mario.
The double whammy. In one
Jesus.
fell swoop, it killed both of them.
Good Lord.
Well, I think your games are going to do good in the losers bracket, if that means anything.
I'm not so sure.
Well, let's find out, because we have another case of this. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal versus Pikmin 2.
All right, hold on a second. This one's quick. I just like the fact that Pikmin 2 doesn't have a time limit. I really enjoy that about the game. Pikmin 1 did great with the time limit. I wouldn't want Pikmin 1 to never have a time limit. That would kind of destroy the purpose of the game. But Pikmin 2 is forging its own purpose by not having a time limit and allowing me to play a Pikmin game while also relaxing and just like enjoying the scenery and the atmosphere, and especially in caves, allowing me to plan out my routes and attack accordingly. I enjoy the no time limit a lot.
Ratchet and Clank has no time limits and allows you to explore every level at the freedom and pace you would like. And there are all these fun challenges where you can do bonus combat missions for extra bolts, to buy extra weapons. You can buy the Rhino, which is the rip ya a new one.
Oh, great.
No.
You buy the Rhino?
I mean, if that works for you. You put together a crew. You get the lunch lady. You get the gymnast, Gid McMarks. You get a monkey named Scrunch, the monkey, just for fun.
He's just for fun.
Well, he's not just for fun. He's also a gameplay element. You get a banana gun, and when you fire the banana gun, the monkey goes to the banana and activates switches and stuff, and that makes the Clank levels. The Clank levels in this one are so much fun because you get a banana gun. Gun, Clank fun.
And then you can throw the monkey on a Nazi tank, and you can throw the monkeys.
That's a different project.
Oh, sorry. Did I get my wires crossed?
Yes.
I listen. Maybe I can't compete with Christian's passion for Pikmin 2, but my passion for Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal is high, and it's top 20 high, maybe even sometimes top 10, and I can't express the amount of nostalgic joy I felt the first time I played this. The cutscenes I rewatched all the times, the way the story captured me. This must have been my favorite story the time I experienced it because it's so much fun and so funny. Oh my God, Dr. Nefarious is great, and he's great and still menacing. He fucking gets away with crazy shit, and he's maniacal, and also has an American Idol audition tape.
Yeah, fair.
And Lawrence!
Niles!
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, Taylor, I have no idea how this is going to go.
Me either. We will start with... we start now with Clanky, I think, yeah.
Pikmin 2.
Mm-hmm. Graham.
Wow. You didn't even have to think about it.
No.
Pikmin 2.
Huh?
Hey, Christian!
Taylor.
I think I know where this is going now. Up you.
Taylor, haven't you learned that literally everything I say is wrong, apparently?
Christian.
Well, look.
No. You think I would learn that lesson, but...
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and complain, but, from one amazing game to probably another amazing game, I vote for Pikmin 2.
And Mick for prosperity.
It doesn't matter what I vote for?
No, it doesn't.
I guess I'll vote for Pikmin.
We move on now.
I'm a little surprised.
Every time that happens, he's like, I'll vote for the other one because why not? Why not make it a 3-2? I'll throw away my vote. You do that every time. Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't care.
Remember, Mick and Taylor
Then vote for the
friends.
thing I want.
This is the part we described earlier where they fight each other at the end.
Slide to Band of Thieves versus Mario Party 6.
All right, second verse, same as the first. Let's go.
Clanky.
Great story, great nostalgic memories, great gameplay.
Mario Party 6.
Graham.
Fun cast of characters, great animated Saturday morning cartoon cutscenes.
Mario Party 6 has a quiz show where you're talking to a microphone.
It barely works, and that's
Mario
what makes
Party
it
6.
fun.
Taylor.
I was doing so well, and then
You were.
a set of dominoes, everything, one by one, topples, one after the next. It's fine. I'm putting Slide 3 on the bracket next year. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Slide 2.
Okay. Christian.
Mick, just this once, can you vote before me?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mick.
Slide 2.
Oh, well, okay. 2-2. I wonder what Christian's going to do.
God fucking damn it. It's a fucking whatever.
Taylor,
whatever.
you see the rubber banding that a relationship does?
I got it. Oh, no, Nick, it's not lost on me. It's expected. It's just, it's never not disappointing.
Yeah, don't worry. I will continue my trend of making as many people angry as possible because I'm gonna vote for Mario Party 6.
It balances out, Mick. Every time you make the right choice, Christian then makes the wrong one.
No,
Did you make the right choice?
Christian most certainly made the right choice in this case.
Has he made the choice yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's Mario Party 6.
Oh, then yeah, he made the wrong choice.
No, he made the right choice.
What if you play Slide 2 and like it more than Mario Party 6? You could.
Sharing our opinions.
I voted for Mario Party 6 over The Sims 2. That's going to be very hard for it to beat.
I might like Slide 2 more than Mario Party 6 if I do end up playing it, which I probably will.
All right.
Or all of us? Yeah.
Look, my favorite part about Slide 2 is when you press start and the credits roll. See, he's so hostile that he didn't even hear he didn't even let me bring back the Metroid joke.
Wait, me?
Yes, that was for you. I did it for you,
I
Dad.
wasn't even paying attention. I don't know what's going on.
Know. And that makes it worse.
I'm like
Nothing.
I'm like a 180-year-old grandpa. I'm just sitting here having fun.
See, now I'm with Mick. Now I have nothing. Well, it's not really true. I like a lot of these games actually, but like,
Yeah. This is a solid
but it's
Final Four.
But it's not enough.
No, it's never enough.
Two of these are 2s. One of them doesn't say 2, but
Yes.
it's a 2.
It's a 2.
Yeah, Mario Party
Pikmin
6.
2. Pikmin 2 versus Mario Party 6.
Hold on a second. This one is also very, very short. Just like in Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2 has a lot of changes to the overworld. For example, when Day 31 passes on the perplexing pool area, new enemies will spawn in, and they'll jump scare you as you come into the area. The beady longlegs will just fall from the sky right next to spawn, and sometimes a spotty bullbear will be walking around. For those of you who are unaware, spotty bullbear is one of the most annoying enemies. So if you go to the perplexing pool after a certain time, you have to wonder, am I going to get swarmed when I walk in here? Sheer grubs eat your bridges after certain amounts of days, but my favorite case is on 30 interval days in the last area, the Wistful Wild. Creatures known as the Ujadani will appear on certain cave entrances, and when killed, will drop a whole bunch of upgrades for you. These enemies are not in the Piclopedia. You can only find out what their name is online. And yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Clanky.
Mario Party 6.
Graham.
Pikmin 2.
Taylor.
Well, I want to hear what Mick goes.
Okay. Christian.
I would also like to hear what Mick is going to say.
Mick.
Wait, did you say something?
Yeah, Christian, when's your birthday?
August 10th.
That's what I thought. Taylor, when's your birthday?
June 12th. I don't know what you're doing, but
I think he's trying to choose based on birthdays.
I was hoping after having both the days, you'd have your decision.
If that's the case, then shouldn't it be my and Christian's birthday?
Why?
Because I put Mario Party 6 on here?
No.
Sure.
Let him cook.
Alright, yeah, I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook. Go ahead.
Clanky, when's your birthday?
Bastille Day, baby, July 14th.
He has the holiday advantage.
Yeah.
my experience having it on a holiday is worse.
I mean, mine falls on Thanksgiving every so.
Taylor, did you happen to come up with yours early while Mick is figuring it out?
Oh no, I know what I'm voting for. I just gotta know what Mick is doing.
Oh, well, I guess I'm doing the same thing. Mick, you don't have to think that much, man.
I'm not thinking. I'm just existing.
No, he's just looking at birth.
Do what I do, Mick. Look at the title. Whichever one makes you smile more, pick for it.
Okay, hang on.
No, don't say that. He hates Mario.
But he loves Luigi. And
Pikmin.
he's
Yes.
also in the game.
So, come back to me.
No,
Fuck! God damn it.
no.
Right. Taylor, you know what you're doing.
All right, look, Christian, I've been very nice to Pikmin 2. I would kind of like to see it go no further than this. If it goes a little further, I'm sure it will make you very happy. I've talked its praises. At the end of the day, Pikmin 2 is a lot more combat focused than the first and third game. That's kind of how you've expressed to me why you like it so much. I get why that appeals to you. I am much more into the exploration and larger scale exploration openings. I don't like fighting the enemies as much unless it's because they're guarding a specially guarded treasure, not to get from one floor to the next. It still has brought me to tears. Mario Party 6 has also brought me to tears, but that was your fault.
Fair.
And And I'm voting for Mario Party 6 because
that's okay, Taylor,
I have a lot of
actually.
nostalgia for it.
That's totally okay. Hey, Jordan, can you wipe all the votes? I'm pulling my Spec Ops.
What?
How long has it been?
Wait.
12,
Nick,
13 yearlies since we've done a Spec Ops? I'm pulling my Spec Ops.
Checks rule book. Yeah, that's still on the books.
Okay.
I've waited for this for many years. Now, I must say, while I do my Spec Ops, I am not going to change any of their minds. I don't think anything that I'm about to say is really going to. Because I want to, as one last
the Ace
push.
Attorney music is playing.
At
You know
one.
what?
Okay, fair.
No,
No,
the Ace.
hang on a minute. You know what? Can I just say?
Hmm?
The fact that he's even willing to try and play this card, I'm voting Pikmin too.
Well, Vic, you're gonna vote again after the Spec Ops is over because I can't take back the Spec Ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I do appreciate that. But I'm just gonna list off because I wrote down a bunch of shit.
You already won.
I'm gonna do a lightning round through everything else, and then. Well, actually, this last part only applies if I lose. All right, you know what? Yeah, come back to me. Come back to me then.
You won. It's over. There's nothing to come back to. It's 3-2. You win.
No, I vote for Pikmin 2, and we will
Therefore,
resume.
you win.
We will resume the Spec Ops in the next round.
No, you played the card.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Wanted,
Well, then I'm playing the Spec Ops now, you fucker.
Nick voted for what you wanted.
I'm playing the Spec Ops now if I can't do it later. What's the ruling? What's the ruling?
What's going on here? You got what you wanted.
But I want to read off all this shit.
Let him
Guys,
cook.
please. It's almost 12.
Well,
I just
yeah.
want this to be
We
over.
are gonna finish on time, but I did figure the Spec Ops might bring it close, so I'll make things pretty quick.
No.
Pikmin 2 has a challenge mode where you can go through 30 extra caves, and you can do time trials inside those caves to sort of like collect all the. All right, fine, you're all complaining. We won't do it. Fine, whatever. Move on.
So 3-2, Pikmin 2.
I'm owed 1/2 of a Spec Ops in a future yearly.
Okay.
Do you want the spec or the ops?
No.
All right. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes versus Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Oh, lordy.
we like to have fun here.
We do. We start with Clanky.
Nah, Paper Mario.
Graham.
Paper Mario.
Taylor.
Wow.
I'm just still baffled. He got everything he wanted. But he's like, no, please.
I just
I
want to
don't
read
want this to be
shit.
over.
There's some shit I'm not going to be able to read. There's like stuff I'm not going to be able
It's
to go
still
into.
in the bracket, so you still be all right. Whatever. Come back to me.
Okay. Christian.
This is actually surprisingly close, but I am going to be giving it to Metroid Prime 2.
Mick.
Graham, when's your birthday?
Oh my fucking god.
June 23rd.
We saw how long
Thank
this
you.
took last time.
Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
I don't understand.
Oh.
What's the logic in the birthday?
I don't know. I'm stuck. I don't care, and I want to make a decision, and all I can think of is I don't know. Think of numbers. Don't yell at me.
But like, what does it know? Like for me, it just sounds like
I don't
whoever
know,
talks.
Taylor. I'm suffering.
That's the motto of this
Are you
yearly
okay?
is
Do you want a
suffering.
Snapple?
I don't want a Snapple. I
It's
don't
iced
want.
tea. It's your favorite.
I don't want a Snapple.
Drink a
I
Snapple.
want
What's yours
Nancy
on it?
Drew.
Mick,
Jordan, how close are we done to this vote?
you're not you when you're hungry.
Taylor, vote.
I'm gonna vote for Metroid Prime 2.
3-2, Paper Mario. Metroid 2 Prime Echoes versus Pikmin 2.
I am proud of these two. Very, very proud.
So am I. We start with Graham.
What's going on?
Metroid Prime 2.
Taylor.
Mick, have a Snickers.
Was that a vote?
Metroid Prime 2.
Okay. Christian.
This may be the end for Pikmin 2. If I had only saved my Spec Ops for this moment.
Oh. Mick.
Pikmin 2.
Clanky.
Pikmin 2.
Well, you didn't need to save your Spec Ops because it still ended up winning.
Winning is a strong word.
I think his Spec Ops is done. I think he got what he wanted.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I got basically exactly what I wanted. I had
Thousand Year Door is at least second place. I'm satisfied with this.
I had.
Well, the thing is, this is a matchup we already had, and Paper Mario was victorious. And so
did that happen?
we have yes, it in the second round, and so we have Pikmin 2 versus Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door.
I'd like to just say a few things very quickly.
Yes.
One, I actually had a lot of paragraphs that I did not end up using because nobody tripped the tripwires. One says, in case of capitalism accusations, and I have a whole paragraph for that. One says, in case of doomsday apparatus, and I had one for that. I had one that said, in case of Taylor crying, and that wire was tripped. So I'm happy with having written
Taylor
that one
cry?
down. Well, in case of you bringing up the story of Pikmin 2 making you cry. That's what I read off
really?
earlier.
You had a counter to my ill will?
I knew you were going to say it, so...
Yes, of course I was going to say it. It's valid.
Yeah, it's valid, yeah.
And then you gave a very long speech about why it's okay for me to be valid, but ultimately it felt like the most pre-planned thing ever, and now I understand why. Yeah. Because you wrote down a retort.
I don't want to accidentally come off as condescending.
Christian's approach to defending...
It just feels very less genuine. Like, I have an offset speech plan for when my friend is sad.
Christian's contingency plan for defending Pikmin 2 is increasingly feels like Batman prepping against the rest of the Justice League.
And I'll say one more thing. I'm not going to go over all the other
stuff. I was going to say it feels like Kevin McAllister prepping his home.
Because I have at least like another page of things I could have said, but I had a losing statement prepared. If Pikmin 2 loses its round, which it likely will, I will just refactor this to make it shorter and make more sense. Okay. It's very solemn in its current state. So, yeah.
Okay.
Let's end this.
All right, we start with
Paper Mario.
Taylor.
So many things are flowing through my head right now. So many avenues, so many bits, so many things I could say. And they're all just so meaningless. What is life, really? But just a random series of choices. Paper Mario.
Christian.
I wasn't expecting this. I'm very, very happy that Pikmin 2 was able to get to the same spot as Bloodborne and Persona 5. It makes me very, very happy because I never thought in a million years it would ever happen. So, no more spiel. I have nothing else to say. Pikmin 2 is my favorite game of all time, and I'm voting for it.
Mick.
Back.
That was a come back to me, right?
Yeah.
Mick will make it easy. Paper Mario.
Cool.
Well, we're back to you.
The world's tallest bridge, the Millau Viaduct, being built over the Carnage massive central mountain of France, is officially open. Oh,
I missed them.
Home again, we're home again. Where we go and where we go and home
What was the vote
again is home.
What is happening?
Okay.
Told you, Christian. A series of random choices.
No, I was talking more about the singing that was happening.
All right.
I do that. I am a man of many things.
I know you do, but I will be confused and bewildered each time.
That's
the
okay.
Winner of the
Not that you're saying it's bad, though. I don't mean to imply that.
The winner of the 2004 Yearlies, sponsored by Darts, apparently, was Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
I'm honestly shocked.
I'm not.
I would like to say, on the logging site that I use for games, I've been running predictions on who's going to win each Yearlies based off which game submitted has the highest average score. And you'd be surprised the differences, actually. There's a lot of times where we picked underrated games. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door won our bracket here. The prediction said that Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door was going to win. So,
you see, the algorithm said it was so.
Yeah, I will never share any of these predictions before showtime. Cool. Because I wouldn't want to...
What do you mean? You share them every Yearly.
No, I share my personal predictions, but I do not share the predictions of, like, a site of people. Like, no, that's no
computer.
Fun. Yeah, I don't share the computer.
Listen, we decided that Atlantis: The Lost Empire was the best animated Disney.
Yeah, no, the prediction said The Lion King on that one.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No, the algorithm. No, I don't want this to end.
I love it when we differ from the algorithm. It's great. Anyway, yeah, we can just end this off, because it's late.
Mick,
No, Mick is banned from doing outros. Graham or Clanky, either of you want to do it?
I'll do it.
When did I wait? When did I lose this privilege?
Oh, 2001. Yeah.
What happened?
I personally liked
specifically
Mick's outro
told
a lot.
everyone to stop watching the channel and that these are stupid and this channel is dumb.
I have no memory of this.
I know, Mick.
That's
You
great.
lack Yearly's permanence.
I'll be honest. When you were like, oh, we already did Pikmin 2 versus Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I was like, I sure hope if I vote for Pikmin 2, I don't flip flop and I voted for Paper Mario because I honestly could not remember what I voted the first time round.
Just look at the bracket.
I can't see what I voted
You
for.
don't know? Okay.
Mick,
Well,
say the things that end the channel.
All right. No, I'm saying.
All right.
Oh yeah, no, Graham. I didn't get it
Yeah.
last time Graham's done it.
Hey, audience. So last time I did an outro, I said that if the next video wasn't 1999, I would eat a hat. So I'm just here gonna do that right now. Munch, yum.
We are slowly narrowing down the people allowed
Jordan,
to do
quick,
outros.
play that in a porno.
Oh.
No.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Now it's sleazy.
What I promise next time, whatever happens, I won't eat another hat.
Good.
Can you eat a
Good
sandal?
night. You're pushing it.
Also, fuck you, Jacob.
Mhm.